Without any self-consideration, every action is closer to God.
Okay, guys. Hello, may I have your attention, please? All the guests are here. All the guests are here. I request everyone to kindly maintain silence. Kindly maintain silence and follow the decorum. Thank you.
So can we have a huge round of applause as we have our guests walking into the auditorium?
Check, check, mic test. 1, 2, 3, check. Hello, testing, mic testing. Hello, check, check. Hello, check, check, check. So, shall we begin? All the guests are seated. Hello, text. shall we begin? Ma'am? Hello. It's a humble request. Everyone in the auditorium, kindly please put your phones on the silent mode. I repeat, everyone ensure that your phone is on silent mode. Thank you, to avoid any sort of disturbances. So, namaste, and a very good morning to each and everyone present here in the HMCT auditorium. I think the weather outside is so pleasant, it's lovely, it's sunny, and I think God's been kind to us. It's not cloudy and it's not raining for a change, because we're talking about nature and the environment. So the weather is lovely outside. So on behalf of our beloved Dada, Padma Shri Dr. D.Y. Patil, our Honorable Dr. Vijay De Patil Sir, Chancellor, Honorable Mrs. Shivani Vijay Patil Madam, Managing Trustee and President of the D.Y. Patil Sports Academy, and Ms. Rajalakshmi Vijay Patil, I, Dr. Tanmay, welcome all the dignitaries and the audience members to this grand, unique, and one-of-its-kind event. Thank you. So we've all gathered here for a very, very special cause and an important reason. As we all know, it's now or never, okay, to limit the issue of global warming and the climate crisis that is accelerating at a pace like never before. From deforestation to droughts to air pollution to water pollution to plastic waste accumulation, oof, there are a plethora of factors exacerbating climate change, and its consequences are faced everywhere in the world. So now we are going to have a fun discussion, okay? But I request all of you to please pay attention, because we are going to have a quiz in the end. So please pay attention to whatever I'm saying. You never know what might get asked, and there are some interesting prizes to be won as well. So yeah. So as you all know, we the youth are obsessed with social media, incessantly, be it Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. We are just keeping a track on the likes, views, counts, billions and billions. But I feel that we should focus on the other numbers, okay, the other millions. Our attention should be completely towards the other millions. If I may read out a few statistics and surveys, we will be astonished to know some mind-boggling and harsh realities, guys. According to the 2021 World AQI, that is Air Quality Index report, India is home to 63 of the most 100 polluted cities in the world. The country's dependence on coal, oil, and gas makes it the world's third largest polluter, contributing over 2.65 billion metric tons of waste and the carbon emissions to the atmosphere. Scientists have linked exposure to 7 million premature deaths that happen in the country, which is quite unfortunate, and long-term illnesses like heart diseases, lung diseases, etc. Not only this, but 70% of surface water is estimated to be unfit for consumption. Every day, a staggering 40 million liters of wastewater enters the rivers. And exactly the same number, 40 million Indians, are suffering from waterborne diseases like cholera, jaundice, etc. In fact, March 2022 was the hottest and driest month ever, okay, in the last 120 years. That's quite a number. With the temperatures being over 40 degrees, 277 million tons of municipal solid waste are dumped, and only 5% is recycled, okay, which is alarming, guys. Each drop of water that is wasted, it takes tens of thousands of years to come back to us. And these plastic items that we use on a daily basis casually and just throw it away, just dispose it. Do you know how many years does it take for it to decompose? Anyone? 450 years to decompose a single particle of plastic. In fact, these are shocking and alarming facts, ladies and gentlemen, and it's just the tip of the iceberg. There are millions and millions of problems, and these problems are of huge magnitude, okay, and they require immediate attention. So what's the solution, guys? What's the solution? The earth is what all we have in common, okay? For you, me, sir, ma'am, everyone. The earth is what we have in common. We do not have a planet B, guys. It's only planet A. And our little mother earth, the time to act is now. We might not have a plan A or a plan B, but we definitely have a plan D. And the plan D stands for DCAL. That is D.Y. Patil Climate Action Lab. Can we have a huge round of applause? That's the plan D that we are going to be discussing about today, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pet project and brainchild of Ms. Rajalakshmi Vijay Patil, who has put her heart and soul into making this project and who cares so much for the environment and all our future generations. I think we should all go green. And on a lighter note, I'm also wearing green, guys. From head to toe, I'm all green today. Go green. So keeping today's themes in mind, before we begin the panel discussion on environment, sustainability, and action, today with all our esteemed guests, I'd like to take this opportunity to call respected Mrs. Shivani Vijay Patil ma'am up on stage. And I would like our Pro Vice Chancellor, Madam Vandana Mishra Chaturvedi, to kindly escort her. And I would like Dr. Alka Kulkarni to present a small bouquet to Mrs. Shivani Vijay Patil ma'am. And a little sapling as well that is presented along with the bouquet to mark today's event. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. So now I would like to request Honorable Shivani ma'am to felicitate all the wonderful panelists who have come here, who have spared time from their busy schedules and joined us today for this wonderful event. And just to keep today's theme in mind, we have arranged for some beautiful plants, that have been nurtured in the botanical gardens of DY Patil. I say that proudly. We at the DY Patil are a plastic-free campus. We strictly follow proper waste management and disposal. We've been blessed with ample of flora and fauna, perhaps the best amount of greenery that you can see. You just step out and you can see ample of greenery. So we are proud of that. So much of greenery around, it's blissful and it's pleasant. And along with plants, we also have some Shreefal, the auspicious coconut that we'll be presenting, and some royal shawls as well to welcome you. So first, may I please invite Dr. Shubhajit Mukherjee, who's the ambassador of Maji Vasundhara Foundation. Can we have the Shreefal shawl and the plant, please? Give it up for Dr. Shubhajit Mukherjee, the ambassador for Maji Vasundhara Abhiyan. Thank you, sir. Next, we have Dr. Lata Ghanshamni, who is the co-founder of our Nisarg Foundation. Can we have a huge round of applause for Dr. Lata Ghanshamni, who is the co-founder of our Nisarg Foundation? The next panelist for the day is Dr. Chinu Kawatra, who is the founder of the Khushiyan Foundation, who is also wearing green today, coincidentally. Thank you. Give it up for Dr. Chinu Kawatra, guys, founder of the Khushiyan Foundation. Next, we have Mr. Malhar Kalambe, who is the founder of Beach Please. I love beaches, sir. Give it up for Mr. Malhar Kalambe, guys. He's the founder of Beach Please. And last but not the least, we have Master Ayan Shanta, who is a very young and special guest. Can we have a huge round of applause for Master Ayan Shanta, who is an environmentalist and International Young Co-Hero 2021. Welcome, Master Ayan. Thank you, ma'am. Can we have a huge round of applause for everyone present on the podium, guys? Unfortunately, Mrs. Sumaira Abdulali could not be here today because of her ill health. We wish her a speedy recovery and hope she gets well soon. So, no event or occasion is complete without seeking the blessings of the Supreme Power, and we would now like to begin with the lighting of the lamp. I would request Honorable Shivani Patil ma'am, Ms. Raj Lakshmi Patil, and all the panelists to come forward and pay our respects to Sri Gajanan Maharaj Ji and light the lamp of enlightenment and purity. And before Shivani ma'am leaves the stage, I have another request. Now, keeping up with the tradition for today, we also have a lovely initiative, guys. We are also going to plant a sapling. That's basically, we're going to sow the seed of hope that will germinate into a sampling of illumination tomorrow. So I would request ma'am, Ms. Raj Lakshmi Patil, and the panelists to come forward and plant the sapling. I request all the panelists to kindly come forward because we have a sapling that needs to be planted. We are sowing the seeds of hope for a better tomorrow, keeping up with the tradition. That's a lovely initiative, guys. Can we have a huge round of applause? I would request Ms. Raj Lakshmi Patil to kindly come forward. And join the panelists in sowing the seeds. Thank you. The idea is so lovely, guys. Can we have the applause going on? What a beautiful beginning this is, undoubtedly. I request all the panelists here to kindly remain here for a picture. Kindly remain on stage for a group picture, ladies and gentlemen. Facing towards the cameras. we all clap, ladies and gentlemen? Huge round of applause. Can we just have a few minutes till the stage gets set once again, and then we are ready to go. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, all the panelists. We'll take a moment to get seated. So, now I would like a moment to introduce all our moderators for the day. Firstly, we have, well, what do I say about her? Miss Rajlakshmi Vijay Patil, ladies and gentlemen. The reason behind DECAL and all of us coming together under one roof and being a part of this eminent discussion. So, Miss Rajlakshmi Patil is a 19-year-old student pursuing a BA degree in geography at University College in London. Miss Rajlakshmi is a passionate, enthusiastic, and charming environmentalist, and has undertaken and participated in multiple environmental activities in India and Switzerland over the past years. In the year 2019, she organized a successful mangrove cleanliness drive and has participated in regular beach cleanups and tree plantations in Mumbai. And also there was a cleanliness drive at Carter Road in which she had volunteered, where there were more than 500 volunteers, and she managed to clear out 5 tons of waste along with them. That's incredible. She's been associated with various NGOs in the past and has constantly made it a point to show her affection for Mother Nature in the purest ways. She's also involved in social advocacy in India, founded the Charity Soccer League in 2018, an initiative to provide medical amenities for pediatric patients. What a noble cause. She's an ardent poet and began writing at an early age, and her published book, Mystique, which was a collection of poems expressing her thoughts and inner feelings. That's a lovely book, ladies and gentlemen, and I have placed my order today. I'll be very honest. Can't wait to get my hands on the book, and I hope ma'am would be kind enough to give me a signed copy. So she has graduated from the Iglon College in Switzerland and has also bagged the esteemed environmental prize. This honor is awarded to students who address a global environmental concern, and Ms. Rajlakshmi has always been vocal about it since the beginning. Apart from all of this, she also enjoys skiing, playing the guitar, piano, and football. Can we have a loud cheer for this magnificent and exemplary human? Take a bow, ma'am. Thank you. And the second moderator for the day is Dr. Bhavika Varma Bhatt, who is working as an assistant professor at the D.Y. Patil University. She has done her graduation and post-graduation in otorhinolaryngology from our university itself. She has trained numerous postgraduate students and has various international publications to her credit. She has organized various regional and national conferences, most importantly, MedInspire, that happened at the D.Y. Patil campus. And the first International Multidisciplinary Summit. She is the recipient of the Sky is Pink Award by the University of Mumbai. She is developing an application to make OPD case paper files paperless, like completely, go green. All of us are doctors and we know how difficult it is to maintain all these case paper files and sheets. So she's working on that application. She's also a classically trained Bharatanatyam dancer and has performed worldwide. We are happy to have you with us, ma'am. So now I would like to request the showrunner and curator, Ms. Rajlakshmi Patil herself, to please come on the dais and address the audience and share her feelings on the idea and the origin of DECAL. I want to hear that. Can we have a huge round of applause, guys? Ms. Rajlakshmi Vijay Patil. Over to you, ma'am.
Ladies and gentlemen, as I speak right now, in this very second, we have lost another life. Another life lost to climate change. The UN agency estimates that from 2030 to 2050, climate change will cause around 250,000 additional deaths a year worldwide. We've named ourselves Homo sapiens, which in its literal meaning translates to a wise man. But is man really so wise? Species that have been on this planet way before us will be gone before us. While the expected rate of species extinction is usually around 5 species a year, we're currently losing up to 10,000 times the normal rate. This means that dozens of species will go extinct every single day. Let me tell you that if a bee disappeared from the earth, man would only have 4 years to live. We're seeing extreme weather events all across the world. Greenland and West Atlantic ice sheets are melting at unprecedented rates. Take an example of our own city, Mumbai. When was the last time you went for a boat ride on the Methi River or jet skiing on Juhu Beach? Ask yourself, how many times have you complained about how Mumbai feels like a boiling pan? You'll even be surprised to know that our city has 4 rivers. Mumbai has witnessed a constant warming trend with an average temperature increase of 0.25 degrees per Celsius per decade. Just a few days ago, out of curiosity, I Googled, will Mumbai survive climate change? And interestingly, I read an article by the Indian Meteorological Society that stated that nearly 40% of Mumbai will be underwater in the next 100 years if sea levels continue to rise at the current rate. Now let's look at some of the socio-economic impacts of climate change. The International Organization on Migration estimates that up to 200 million people could be displaced by climate change. Skin cancer, sunburns, quick aging, eye cataracts, blindness, weakened immune systems, these are just a few out of the many impacts that ozone depletion can cause. And let's not forget that our planet is only as healthy as our oceans. The UN has warned that marine life faces irreparable damage from the million tons of plastic waste that ends up in the ocean every year. Ladies and gentlemen, we are living in the middle of a mass extinction. We need to stop burning fossil fuels. And guess what is the best solution? A tree, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, a tree is a natural climate solution. Nature is a tool we can use to repair our climate. So what should we do? What can you do? We need to protect, restore, and fund. What we do now in the next 2 years will profoundly impact the next 1,000 years. And as Lorax and Dr. Seuss' book rightly said, until someone like you cares an awful lot, nothing is going to get better. It's not. It brings me great pleasure to introduce to you the D.Y. Patil Climate Action Lab, a first-of-its-kind initiative at the D.Y. Patil University. Essentially, DCAL is an institutional body with its mission to encourage students, student participation, engagement, and contribution through soliciting research proposal and supporting interdisciplinary research proposals and community-inclusive action plans. It's led by academics from D.Y. Patil University and activists from the local community, and it seeks to promote dialogue that is rooted in both comparative and contemporary contexts of problem solving and policy action. DCAL is a non-profit, interdisciplinary center leading cutting-edge advocacy into solutions to problems concerning environmental change. And at DCAL, we aim to implement training and capacity building initiatives in areas of biodiversity conservation, ecological diversity, and environmental sustainability. We hope to create resource materials to enhance our understanding of sustainable development through our work with schools, higher educational institutions, policymakers, and community leaders. We hope to foster social innovation research that brings new solutions to environmental problems by providing insight into the local context of these global problems. Yes, I know that was a lot of environmental jargon, but I truly feel that the first step is to take a step. And I would like to take my time to thank all the panelists, or rather our environmental heroes who have joined us today. Each one of them is an absolute inspiration. I've even got the opportunity to work with some of them before with their NGOs. And so I can assure you that these are the guys, these are the people who are actually working on ground, cleaning the beaches, planting trees, saving water, and taking action, because that is the need of the hour. So I'm super excited about what everyone has to say today, and I hope you are too. Ladies and gentlemen, the real crisis isn't global warming, environmental destruction, animal destruction, noise pollution, soil erosion, water pollution, or deforestation. The real problem is us. I stand before you today not as an expert, but as a concerned citizen, as a concerned human being. We are called as a generation of change makers. And I really hope that we live up to it, because the future is ours, the future is young, and the future is green. Recently, I'm sure everyone saw the pictures released by NASA of our solar system through the James Webb Telescope. How beautiful is our universe? But unfortunately, and fortunately, the Earth is the only planet in this solar system with life. And ladies and gentlemen, we have only one Earth. So thank you so much, and I'm really looking forward to hearing all the panelists speak. And thank you once again for all the students who have come here. And I think it's been the first time we have students standing and there's no place to sit. So it's really good to see the numbers. All of you all have turned up and supported our initiative. So thank you so much once again.
Wow, that was wonderful indeed. Can we have a huge round of applause once again for her vision, her courage, her determination, and impeccable ideas? I think it deserves an applause. So now, it's time for us to inaugurate the decal logo. So may I please request Honorable Shivani Patil ma'am to come on the dais as we inaugurate decal. And I would like to request Ms. Rajalakshmi Patil to come forward. Now it's time to showcase decal for all the audience members present here in the auditorium and those who are watching us digitally via live stream. And I would also request the panelists to come forward.
Start saying, oh my God, we've used paper, we're wasting so much paper, not we're using plastic and all. I just want to make this clear that whatever paper is used is either recycled or will be recycled. And secondly, this globe is completely eco-friendly. We've used metal, and I think the Dean of Architecture will be able to explain it to you better. So everything, even from the hampers to the bottles, everything is either glass, clay. So yes, this whole event is eco-friendly.
Thank you so much, Madam Shivani Vijay Patil. Can we have the AV, please? We have a lovely video on decal. Would like everyone to see it. panelists present today. Oh, so we have the video, guys. Sorry for the technical glitch. We have. Can we have a huge round of applause, guys? Presenting to you our Plan D. The D stands for DCAL, DY Patil Climate Action Lab. Thank you. So now, as I was saying, let me take this opportunity to introduce you to all the lovely panelists that are present on stage. So first we have is Dr. Shubhajit Mukherjee. Dr. Shubhajit Mukherjee, formerly an HR professional, Dr. Shubhajit Mukherjee, known as the water hero of Mumbai, is the founder of Mission Green Mumbai, which aims to inspire citizens by planting a sapling and protecting trees and plantation of native trees by hosting community engagement activities. Dr. Mukherjee has successfully led tree plantation drives and is credited with 60,000 tree plantations and installing 1,500 plus percolation kits. He's also closely associated with a lot of green initiatives. Currently, with the launch of Maji Vasundhara Abhiyan, an initiative to mitigate the effects of climate change, he is working on a citizens' movement focused on rainwater harvesting with a focus on groundwater recharge. Can we have a huge round of applause for Dr. Shubhajit Mukherjee? And technical department, can we have an AV on, sir, please?
This man is building low-cost rainwater harvesting systems using only PVC pipes and water drums, helping save thousands of liters of water in Mumbai schools, parks and housing societies. While parts of India face acute water scarcity, Mumbai sees reckless floods every monsoon. Shubhajit Mukherjee, a resident of the city, decided to use the flood water to his advantage. He built a groundwater recharging system which costs around 2,500 to 5,000 only. The process involves accumulating rainwater into an underground pit which is surrounded by stones and pebbles, preventing loss of water through evaporation. His NGO, Mission Green Mumbai, is not only helping revive groundwater, but also creating banks to extract water when needed. Mukherjee's setup can hold water for up to 10 days, which can be used for non-drinking activities like mopping, washing cars, flushing toilets, etc. Thousands of school students have helped set up these groundwater recharging systems in their schools. If school students can, why can't we? The process is easy, hassle-free, and gives quick results. If you live in a flood-prone area and wish to get this set up for your society or school, reach out to Shubhajit at trees.shubhajit@gmail.com.
Medicine, our prestigious institution, Dr. D.Y. Patil Medical College in Navi Mumbai. She's done her MBBS in the year 1991 in ophthalmology and done her MS from the Grand Medical College in the year 1997. She's an ex-lecturer at Sir J.J. Hospital and has spent more than 20 years into private practice. She's also the owner of Senses and Eyes ENT Hospital at Thane and also a life member of the Indian Society for Hospital Waste Management. She's the co-founder of the R. Nisarg Foundation and also a cohort member of Women for Climate, that is the Mumbai C40 Cities organization. She's a cohort member. She's also a Swachhata Sarthi Fellow to Waste to Wealth Initiative, and she's also the scientific advisor to the Prime Minister's office. She's the recipient of the COVID Warrior Award by the Governor of Maharashtra, and she's also won the Thane Award in Waste Management. Apart from this, she's also won the Swachh Society Award, and her projects include Sakhi, which is developing and improving the menstrual hygiene, health hygiene, and sustainable menstrual products for women. She's educated more than 10,000 of women. And also her institution Praram, which aims at creating zero waste institutions. So that's Praram for you, ladies and gentlemen. And also she's a part of the Green Pharmacy Project, which includes safe disposal of household pharmaceutical products like expired medicines, strips of medicines and all of that, drugs. She's also a member of the Know Your Plastics Band and the Biomedical Waste Management Training. Can we have a huge round of applause for Dr. Lata Ghanshamani? Technical department, can we please have the AV on Dr. Lata Ghanshamani? Thank you.
Namaskar, this is Amitabh Bachchan. I wish to congratulate the NGO R Nisarg or Nisarg Foundation for their campaign called Praramb. Praramb is what I call a local solution for a global problem. So come, let us all pledge to participate. Let us ensure that being responsible about waste management and road safety becomes an unknowingly right habit for generations to come. Thank you so much. Namaskar.
Have Dr. Chinu Kawatra, who is the founder of the Khushiyan Foundation, who through his exceptional work is inspiring millions with his life mantra of Insaan Bano, bahut scope hai. Through the tough times of COVID, Dr. Chinu and his team fed millions through ration kits and home-cooked meals. When the nation was facing an acute shortage of oxygen, he supplied oxygen cylinders to various states of India, for which he received the glorious ITA award. These countless efforts of his philanthropic work towards the well-being of society were recognized by the Sorbonne University, which granted him a PhD in social welfare. So that's why he's Dr. Chinu Kawatra. And also, he's also a world record holder for cleaning and taking care of Mumbai's beautiful beaches. Can we have a huge round of applause for Dr. Chinu Kawatra? Technical team, may we have the AV on Dr. Chinu Kawatra, please?
Who are we? Warriors! Who are we? Warriors!
पहले से था कि एनवायरनमेंट के लिए कुछ करना है, तो मैं रिसर्च करना शुरू किया कि क्या क्या एनवायरनमेंट के रिलेटेड हम कर सकते हैं.
₹60-70 का वो लगेगा कि हम लोग खाएगा करके सोचते थे सब लोग, तो कपड़ा ही यूज करते थे. चीनू दादा दिया जब से सब लोग प्यारी यूज करते हैं. चीनू दादा का आशीर्वाद से हम लोग लॉकडाउन में जिंदा है.
ऐसे करके आज हम 9 बीचेस साफ कर रहे हैं.
चीनू दादा बहुत अच्छा है. चीनू दादा का मेरा आशीर्वाद से और बहुत बड़ा होने दे करके मैं इतना ही दुआ देती चीनू दादा को.
जितना जल्दी कोशिश कर सकें उतनी जल्दी इंसान बनो, क्योंकि सबसे ज़्यादा स्कोप उसी में.
जय हिंद! जय हिंद! जय हिंद! जय हिंद! जय हिंद! जय हिंद! Video. Thank you so much, Dr. Chinu Kawatra. I think that made all of us speechless. Hats off to you as well. Pleasure to have you on the board. Next, we have Mr. Malhar Kalambe. Mr. Malhar Kalambe is a 24-year-old environmentalist and the founder of Beach Please, a youth community working towards environmental conservation since 2017. The community's vision is to give a platform to the young people and create eco-warriors by organizing weekly cleanup drives and sensitization programs. Beach Please has cleaned and disposed more than 6.5 million kgs of garbage and engaged more than 2.6 lakh citizens from diverse backgrounds over a course of 235 weeks. Malhar has been awarded by the United Nations India and Government of India for his exemplary contribution towards environmental conservation. Can we have a huge round of applause for Mr. Malhar Kalambe, guys? And technical department, can we have the AV, please? think the concept of Beach Please is so good that it makes me want to come and join you for this noble cause. Can we have a huge round of applause for Mr. Malar Kalambe, guys? Thank you. And next, as I said, we have a really special guest with us, Master Ayan Shankta. Ayan Shankta, a 9th grader who won the 3rd prize for his project, Conservation and Rehabilitation of Powai Lake. He has been honored by the Action for Nature, AFN, a San Francisco, US-based NGO, as a 2021 International Young Eco Hero, an award that recognizes eco-conscious youth who are taking crucial steps to make a difference in relation to the environment. Ayan authored an action report on lake conditions which received a gold medal from the Homi Bhabha Bal Vaidyanik competition. He has constantly been engaging with the local government agencies to help find viable solutions to the issue of pollution in Powai Lake and is currently working on a documentary about the lake. He hopes to use his skills to find solutions to help conserve the lake and the endangered species and bring about a positive change in the attitude towards helping the environment. Can we have a huge round of applause for our young but not so young Master Ayan Shankta? Can we have the video, please? Technical department.
Hi, my name is Ayan Shankta. Over the last 3 years, as part of my Hi, my name is Ayan Shankta. Over the last 3 years, as part of my efforts towards environmental awareness, I have been working on the project Conservation and Rehabilitation of Powai Lake. Powai Lake is an artificial lake in a non-suburbs of Mumbai, which is home to diverse flora and fauna and attracts many migratory birds. Large amounts of pollutants, untreated sewage, garbage, and plastic have adversely affected the natural ecosystem of the lake, and it is now overrun by weeds, water hyacinth, and blue-green algae. Conservation and Rehabilitation of Powai Lake aims to bring about awareness amongst the society and assist in conservation of its natural habitat in an endeavor to bring Powai Lake back to its original beauty. Through this project, I have aimed to find the root cause of degradation of the lake, for which I had written an action research report. I was awarded a gold medal at the prestigious Homi Bhabha science competition for the same. I have worked closely with various NGOs to understand the problem and try to find effective solutions. We conducted cleaning around the lake and awareness drives amongst local residents. As a 13-year-old, I feel that it is very important that young children are made aware and get involved in saving the environment. Because after all, this is our earth, and unfortunately, we all will have to face the effects of deteriorating environmental conditions.
So now, over to our lovely moderators to conduct the lovely program and proceed with the discussion. May I please invite Ms. Rajlakshmi Vijay Patil and Dr. Bhavika to proceed with the discussion. I cannot wait to hear words of wisdom, and hopefully by the end of it, I'll be able to contribute in a better way for the society. Ladies and gentlemen, can you give a round of applause for our moderators?
Hello. So let's begin with Dr. Mukherjee. So we heard about your work on rainwater harvesting in the introductory video. So could you please elaborate more on the process, how it exactly works for the audience and how we can optimize rainwater?
Thank you. Thank you so much. First, I'd like to congratulate DY Patil University and the students. This is one of the most green, sustainable campus I have ever visited. So clap for yourself. Thank you for inviting me here. Water is a very simple element, we all know. During summers, we buy water. We pay money for something which is God's gift to mankind, and it has become so commercial that even during monsoon, there are businessmen who are only trying to solve the flood problem. So either we are in floods or we are in drought. We need to make it normal. We cannot depend upon anybody else. No government has actually performed well. So as citizens, we have to come forward. We have to take control of the situation and solve the problem around wherever we live, wherever we study, wherever we walk around. And it is definitely possible. And that's what we are trying to work on. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'd now hand over the mic to Bhavika.
So thank you so much, Dr. Mukherjee. Like you rightly said, it's the monsoon season, and either we are seeing flooding or, before the monsoons came, we were seeing a drought. So you rightly put that, and I think in due course we will get to know how we can actually solve that problem. So over to you, Dr. Lata. We all know, we've seen in your CV that you are an ophthalmologist, an alumni of our university. And we saw the lovely work that your NGO has been doing. So ma'am, how did you decide to set up the NGO Nisarg Foundation, and what was your idea behind it?
Congratulations to each and everybody here today. So this is a really beautiful platform that has been created by Dr. D.Y. Patil University, wherein we can share our thoughts. So that is what we are doing right now. And like all of you all are aware, I'm coming from a medical background. So as doctors, we spend years together in the academics, in the hospital. So starting this NGO was something which I had never planned. And it just happened that I started looking into civic issues closely. And I realized not us, then who? Because we are the people who can bring a change very easy due to our knowledge, our backgrounds. And NGO was just the next right step, what I would say it happened in my life. And it changed completely the way I look at medical profession now.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And congratulations, you've been doing excellent work.
Thanks a lot.
Dr. Chenu, my next question would be to you. So you have a double MBA and have also been awarded a doctorate. So with credentials like that, what really prompted you to establish the Khushiyan Foundation rather than maybe pursuing a path in business management or something like that?
Firstly, thank you. I know that to save our planet, we need Plan D now, and Plan D is in the picture. So congratulations to you all people for this amazing work. Coming back to your question, I wanted to find my own happiness. That's the reason Khushiyan was born. As soon as I completed my dual MBA in 2014, I was suicidal for some personal reason. For 6 months, I was into severe depression. I committed suicide twice. In fact, in the Nerul station itself, I tried to jump from the train. And I couldn't do that because I got flashback of my family and my loved ones and everything. And that day I came back home. My mom is a BAMS doctor. I told her that, Mom, डॉक्टरों के पास तो बहुत आसान सा तरीका होता है मारने का, तो आप give me the easiest way to die. You must be knowing some medicines or something. Let me know and I want to die because I don't want to live anymore. That's how she gave me an idea that why not you do something which you want to do. And I want to be in army, being a pampered Punjabi son at home, an eldermost one. I was not allowed to be in army. So that's how I had only 2 hobbies in my life, that is dancing and drawing. That is only skill I know. Not other than that, nothing I know abhi. So us cheez ko I utilized it. I started teaching. I adopted a school nearby me. I started teaching. Around 130 kids were there. I started teaching them dancing, drawing. That's how I understood the real meaning of Khushiyan. And that's the journey of Khushiyan began in 2014, and today we are here. I'm alive and we are talking about it.
Thank you so much, Dr. Chinu, for your inspiring words, and we wish you continue to spread Khushiyan to everyone. And it's truly inspiring to hear you and your journey. And I'm really I have no words. So again, thank you so much for your really inspiring words.
Okay, now coming to Malhar. So Malhar, let's go back a little in time. What prompted you to take up the initiative? What was your inspiration behind Beach Please?
Like I always say, I'm an accidental environmentalist. I never thought of becoming an environmentalist. So this is a very dramatic story. I live at Dadar. So there was this time after Ganeshotsav, I was just walking on the beach. The state in which I saw the beach somewhere triggered a thought that, why are the beaches in Mumbai so dirty and the beaches abroad are so clean? I went back home, I was having a conversation with my mother. I was basically ranting about the whole scenario, that the beaches aren't dirty and the people aren't cleaning it up and everything. My mom heard me for like 30 to 40 minutes. And she simply said that if you think the beach isn't clean, just go and clean it. It's as simple as that. And that one sentence really motivated me to go and start a cleanup drive. So initially, I thought that I would clean the beach once and it would stay clean forever. So after the first cleanup drive was done, I realized that with high tide, more waste comes back to the beach. So I thought of coming back the next weekend again. But the number of volunteers dropped, like we were just 4 or 5 of us. And that's when I realized that if I want to keep doing this, I'll have to involve more people. I also remember I was pursuing CA back then, chartered accountancy. I came to a point in life where I could either pursue my academics or my cleanups. So I quit my academics, and this is what I do now, cleanups.
Wow, I can safely say, kya idea, sir ji. And I think that's an inspiration for all our students here, that we should not just keep cribbing, but I think just take up something like that, if not an initiative yourself, but maybe join something and, make a difference.
Ayan, so my next question is to you. So you're in the 9th grade. Your classmates are probably solving a math problem right now or watching an Instagram reel. So what made you take such an ambitious step? What was your motivation behind it?
So since I was small, I had been living in Powai. And during that period of time, every weekend I would go with my family to the lake. And I still remember having a good time with my family. However, as time went on, the lake slowly deteriorated in condition due to the commercial and the residential areas which were dumping their sewage, and they were dumping other waste into the lake. And at a certain point, the lake just got so dirty that it was completely filled with water hyacinth and algae. And at that point, I knew that I had to do something, because I remember that I read somewhere that almost 80% of the surface water in India was polluted. And that really scared me, and I knew I had to do something to help save that. And that is why I started the entire initiative, Save the Lakes.
Wow, I mean, that's amazing. And being a 9th grader, firstly, I can't imagine sitting here in front of such a big audience and speaking. And kudos to all the amazing, the work that you've done. It's, again, really inspiring, especially for youngsters like me.
So, to Mukherjee now, over to you. You spoke about the rainwater harvesting. So, could you just tell us a little bit about how much does this system cost? And if anybody would want to do this as a home setup, is it possible? And how can one go about it?
Rainwater harvesting is a very commercial word. This is something which our ancestors used to do. In Mumbai and surrounding areas, we had close to 3,000 wells and ponds from where more than 70,000 citizens used to drink water. I'm talking about during British time in the early 19th century. It is so commercialized now that if you are thinking of rainwater harvesting in a society or in a big institution like this, it is going to cost you 4 lakh, 5 lakhs, and so on. That's one of the reasons why people run away. It is a request that all of us need to think on innovations which is economical, easy to replicate, easy to learn, and pass it on to each other. With the help of a lot of good people around me, we designed a thing which is only going to cost you 2,000 rupees, 3,000 rupees, and a large setup will cost you 5,000 rupees. And this is a system where you just help water percolate into the ground, and you will be happy to know that this has become a national movement where people are installing percolation pits, making things easy. And that was the only purpose of designing it. Wherever the water falls, or we call it as catch the rain, when it falls and where it falls. And that's the very motto, and I think with your help and everyone will make it a bigger success. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. So, I must add here that if you go to sir's Instagram page, you will find a way onto how it can be done. And to all the students, it's the rainy season. Tomorrow is a Sunday. So I think you can start taking an action now.
I think, Bhavika, we should talk to sir about maybe setting up something in our campus itself.
Yes.
So maybe we can work on something together later, maybe soon in the coming days, on setting up a rainwater harvesting system in our campus. And we'd love to have you.
I think we already have an awesome water harvesting system in the university, which has been updated to me, and it catches more than 1 million liters of water every week. So again, clap to your university on that. And yes, this simple mechanism we can replicate with the help of students. We can have a session on that, or a lot of video content available, which will make it very easy for you to DIY, do it yourself. Thank you.
Dr. Lata, my next question would be to you. So I was really fascinated by the name Nisarg Foundation. So could you please tell us something more about, what the name exactly means and the significance of it?
So the name sounds very complicated to people when they have to pronounce. Actually, it is R as capital and Nisarg. And R in English, when we say, it means my Nisarg. But R ideally stands for rethink, reduce, recycle. So that's how the name was formed.
Okay, yeah. I mean, that's a very, different and creative name for a foundation. And actually, we were very curious about this. We've been wanting to know how to exactly say it and what it really means. So thank you so much for explaining it to us.
Thanks. Okay, so now next question, Dr. Chinu. So we understand that under the umbrella of Kushia Foundation, you have various projects going on. One of them is Beach Warriors. So could you tell us something more about Beach Warriors and what prompted you to take up this initiative and how do you go about it? Something about it.
So just like Malar, I am not fortunate to stay in Dadar, I stay in Thane. And like any other NGO, we also thought that why not do a cleanup drive? Because the inspiration came from Afroz Shah, who's the who bought beach cleanup to us, who introduced beach cleanups to us in our country. And after seeing him, if he can do it, why can't we? That was the idea behind the beach cleanup first. But honestly, I didn't know that we'll complete at least almost 4.5, 5 years of beach cleanup because I am from Thane. My connects are from Thane. It is not easy to go every weekend to Dadar and do the cleanup. So first drive, there were 12 people, 12 of my friends who went there. We went there, we didn't know any low tide, high tide, anything there. We were just doing the cleanup, we took few photos, we posted it on social media. And I have a teacher, a professor of mine from Wellington College, Professor Indu Mehta. She saw that I'm coming to Dadar and she stays near to Siddhivinayak itself. She called me up, she's like, Chinu, if you see the beach, you'll come to know that how pathetic it is. And we are cleaning the patch from Kirti College to Prabha Devi. And trust me, I used to walk on the beach, walk on the garbage. It was not a beach, it was not a sand at all. And at that time, I told my teacher that yes, we will definitely do it. Like every other student, we give fake promises to teacher. I also try to give a fake promise to my teacher that yes, I'll definitely do it. First weekend went on. Second weekend, we tried to promote it aggressively on social media so that viral ho jaye, log aa jaye, ye ho jaye, wo ho jaye. There were 3 of us. Me, Akshay and Shraddha. We went on 2-wheelers there and we started cleaning. And as soon as we started cleaning, after exactly 20 minutes, there were a bunch of students from Kirti College who was chilling there after bunking their own classes. And they saw us that we are cleaning and they are like, can we also join? मैं बोला हाँ भाई हम तो gloves बहुत सारे लेके आए थे सोच के कि बहुत लोग आने वाले आप आ जाओ. And that's how within that 25 minutes we became from 3 to 21. And that day I understood that this can be a moment if you are continuing the cause, you are continuing the work. So that's how I used to plan my travel. And beach cleanups helped me to reduce 12 kgs of my weight. So it was a better workout exercise. I'm sure Malar knows this better. Bhai, tu mat patla ho na aur abhi. But definitely, this is how, and it was, and I remember this why Beach Warriors, because on January 8th, there was this article came in Hindustan Times which called as Chinu Kawatra's beach cleanup. And it is not mine, it is beach. And the name came because we used to sit like dogs on the beach. We used to dig like dogs. And my professor used to call us Ninja Warriors. So obviously we cannot name us Ninja Warriors. So Warriors came from there. Since we are cleaning beaches, so beach came from there. So Beach Warriors, we formed a team name so that if I am there in town or not there in town, the team is there to do the cleanups in bits and pieces. So that's how the birth of Beach Warriors came in.
Wow. That's something really nice. And I hope so many more warriors or ninja warriors are inspired by you today and join you very soon.
Just be a dog and start cleaning the place you are sitting in. That's it. That's all we need to know, do when we are talking about environment.
I think they can start with their bedrooms and then the house and then the university and things in general, yeah.
So Malhar, we actually met in 2019. He had come for our mangrove cleanup, which we had done at Carter Road. Even Dr. Chinu was there. So that's when I came to know about your organization, Beach Please. And the first time I heard it, I mean, I found it super cool. And also I was inquisitive, like, you know, why Beach Please? Like, I found that the coolest name. So can you just tell us, like, what was your thought behind calling it Beach Please?
That was the exact purpose, to make people curious about the name, you know. So when I thought of keeping a name for my community, I wanted a name which could resonate with the youth, you know. Like, I did not want some old-fashioned name like XYZ Foundation, Malhar Foundation, whatever it is. So hence, we came up with Beach Please, which also means that, you know, that we are going to clean the beach, but also chill at the beach. And I think that's the need of the hour.
I think it's a very cool name, and you know, I've actually also gone for some of his cleanups which he's done at Meaty River, and you know, it's so amazing that the work that they do and the hours they spend, and I think you do it every weekend. You know, they conduct weekly cleanups, so and I've witnessed it, so I actually know what the kind of work that they do. So you know, congratulations on all of that, and again, thank you for being a part of this.
Thank you. Even today, I had a cleanup in the morning. I attended that and I'm here.
So you went for that and you came.
Yes.
That's wonderful.
That's really kudos to you on that. So Ayan, you spoke to us about why did you choose the Powai Lake. You've been going there since childhood and you've seen the changes that have taken place around the Powai Lake. So when you got inspired to save Powai Lake, your project, how did you go about it? What did you do and how did you involve people? Can you just tell us a little more about your project?
So I think the first 6 months of this entire project, I was just researching about what was going on with the Powai Lake. I met with multiple professors, most prominently Professor Salaskar, who works with the Maharashtra State Angling Association, or the MSA. And both of us, we used to go to the lake almost every weekend, and we used to conduct tests for different parameters, such as the pH, total dissolved solids, chemical oxygen demand, dissolved oxygen, and others like that. And after like about 6 months in research, I wrote my research report. And that is when I started doing the awareness campaigns and the cleanliness drives. And in the start, mostly just started off with a few friends and building people from my who I knew very close. And eventually it slowly started flourishing because they told their friends, and that kept on expanding. And that slowly led to what it has become now. And yeah, that's the entire story.
Oh, that's really wonderful. A great initiative, I must say.
Dr. Mukherjee, in one of your videos, you spoke about percolation pits. And I'm actually studying geography, so this question is, you know, I've been wanting to ask you since a long time. So could you please explain the importance of, or could you just rather explain what these percolation pits are? And you also spoke about water conservation in the topsoil, why, you know, that is important. So maybe if you could just brief the audience about that.
Thank you. The purpose of the rainwater is, in a larger extent, to soak into the soil because of concrete, because of tiles, paver blocks, and the roads. If you look at everywhere, there are concrete. The water is not percolating into the ground. So a very simple logic which we try to tell people, that wherever the water is getting collected, just make a shosh khadda, soak pit, percolation pit. It is a system where you just have to make a small pit of starting 5 feet by 5 feet and 6 feet deep. Fill it up with stones and let the water divert to that particular place due to gravity naturally, and it starts percolating. Even today, like this hall, if you dig here, it is dry under the hall because the water is not getting into it. It's all concrete. We need a school, colleges, hospitals, homes, but somewhere nobody told us that we also need to catch the rain. So this is a very simple way where you can catch the rain, at least the amount of water you are consuming, and this percolation pit of 5 feet by 5 feet and 6 feet deep will be enough to catch enough water for your family. And that's the very purpose and design and thought of percolation pit. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing this very valuable piece of information, especially in, especially today when there's so much flooding happening, and also when there's so much rapid urbanization happening where everything's being concretized. So these percolation pits are very important in that aspect. So thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Coming to you, Dr. Lata. So I'm a proud alumni of this university, as Tanmay mentioned. And we know that you're an alumni of the D.Y. Patil University School of Medicine. So ma'am, how do you feel coming back to campus, meeting your teachers, something on a light note? So how is it?
It brings back so many memories. I'm talking like a 91 student, so you can imagine 30 years back, how it could have been and how it is now. It's changed phenomenally. And so many students, I think we were together this much what auditorium is. And we had our neighbor engineering college, RAIT, and that's all it was. So what I see is so many students acquiring such fabulous world-class knowledge. Faculty is superb. The infrastructure is amazing. And like Doctor was saying, we miss coming back. Like I would rather want to come back to the college as a student again, because this kind of opportunity which the university is offering is really commendable. So I really feel that we are blessed that Navi Mumbai has such a large campus devoted to building a youthful, knowledgeable citizens of India. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for accepting our invitation and for coming today. We feel really, really happy and we feel elated that you're with us.
Please don't thank. I feel the pleasure is all mine. I'm feeling so blessed to have been called here. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
So Dr. Chinu, you've been listed in the Limca Book of Records in 2019, if I'm not wrong. So could you just tell us something more about what exactly you were listed for and the kind of work that you did to achieve this, credential?
So exactly 4 years back, so today is 16th July, on 14th July 2018, we did a cleanup named as 24 hours cleanup. So it was in Worli, and this idea was a brainchild of Mr. Aditya Thackeray, because since we were cleaning Worli Fort area and we were not getting a lot of people for the cleanup, and volunteers were not traveling, because it is not easy to go walk 1.5 kilometer and then do the cleanup, because people have become so habituated that gaadi roki, gloves pehna, cleanup kiya, and then go back. But Worli Fort was a big challenge for us, and that's how he gave me this idea that this will at least bring out a message in front of people that there is some cleanup going on in Worli, and there will be a lot of people who will be joining us later on. And that's how 14th July morning 8 o'clock the cleanup started, and we ended next day 15th July 8 o'clock with the national anthem. And we made batches of people for working for 2 hours, and we were 45 people as a core member. So we didn't work whole day because we wanted to work whole night. So during the night, obviously the volunteers are not coming in. So at that time, we gave ourselves whole night to do the cleanup, and that's how we were able to remove 200 tons in 24 hours from that one particular place. And luckily, Limca mil gaya fir hame is cheez ke liye.
I mean, that's just wonderful. Can we have a round of applause for Dr. Chinu? I think the more I hear everyone speak, the more I'm feeling inspired and just so wonderful. And I'm honored to have all of you guys here. So again, thank you so much for coming. And now I hand it over to Bhavika.
Yeah. So now coming to Malhar. So nowadays we see a lot of social media posts, a lot of social media activism or slacktivism as you call it. What is your opinion about it, and do you want to say something more about this?
I call them as armchair activists, The topic of the panel discussion is environment, sustainability and action. And the most important aspect is the action. We have a lot of people talking about plastic pollution, environmental degradation, but there are very few handful people who are actually going and working on the ground. And basically, we need to do that. It's enough of talking now. We need to really act on it. And I think Chino would agree to it, right? A lot of people talking about plastic pollution, that the beaches are dirty, but who are the people who are actually going and doing it? Very few people. So that's what we're trying to do. I personally believe that environment is a subject which cannot be studied in a classroom. You need to experience it. And that's what we're trying to do, is get more people at the cleanups, because there have been instances where we have had kids as young as 6-year-olds coming for the cleanup. Now, for a fact, we know that they are not very effective in terms of cleaning up a beach, but they learn something out of it. Experiential learning is what we are promoting of the whole campaign.
That's an excellent point which is put up. It should be more of action rather than just like slacktivism or just, social media posts. Of course, after the action, you can definitely have a word so that next time you have more people. So definitely social media, I think, helps in propagating it, or rather inviting people and spreading the word. But definitely there has to be an action.
And adding on to what Bhavika just said, a lot of people, especially our generation, we just put one post up on social media or one story saying save the earth, and we just leave it till there. But the real change makers are those who go one step above and beyond, and actually, like Malhar, like Dr. Chino, and all these guys here, and work on ground, get their hands dirty, and actually, protect the environment and do whatever amazing work that they're doing right now. So coming back to you, Ayan, what are your future plans? What are your future green initiatives that you want to take up?
So I'd definitely like to expand Save the Lakes projects to other water bodies throughout the world, and pick up other lakes and rivers like I did for Powai Lake. I'd also like to expand, because in the past I have worked towards helping air pollution. Like, I have created inventions which do reduce the amount of air pollution that is currently taking place in the whole world. So I definitely like to expand on that project as well.
I'm not a robotics student, but at such a young age, doing so much is truly commendable, and we wish you all the luck on that.
Thank you.
Dr. Subhajit. Sir, nowadays the issue that's been on the headlines is Mumbai monsoon and Mumbai monsoon flooding. I think all of us are facing, the floods and, the big traffic jams because of the floods. So what do you feel about this, and what can be done so that, we can reduce this?
The most difficult question. Definitely rainwater harvesting is a solution which I'm already campaigning heavily across Mumbai. Other than that, it's the responsibility of municipal authorities to come up with right kind of rules, regulations, and implementation of the rules so that there is no water logging. घर का पानी रोड में, स्कूल का पानी रोड में, सोसाइटी का पानी रोड में, ऑफिस का पानी रोड में. Road is a road. It is not a canal or it's not a river. Is important. Again, where it falls, whenever it falls, catch the rain. Thanks to BMC, thanks to, honestly speaking, Aditya Thackeray ji for experimenting on something very innovative. आप लोगों ने जूता वाला garden सुना होगा, hanging garden. You must be knowing hanging garden is actually a water tank. So, for the first time, BMC inspired from that idea and a lot of technical know-how, we created 2 more water tanks, one at Kalina Junction and one at Himmata. Both the places this year, there was no water logging. That's the success. However, experimenting with public money is a very difficult thing. A lot of things are on stake. Spending 100 crore rupees was a very big deal. But this year, it is a great success of Mumbai Municipal Corporation, where 2 of the places, 2 of the problem areas are solved, and I'm sure that with the help of our additional commissioner and the team, in next 2 to 3 years, there won't be any water logging in Mumbai, and this is going to be the biggest rainwater harvesting urban water collection campaign in the world, where we will have 2 billion liters of water available with us around the year to use it for non-drinking purpose. So there will be more gardens, well maintained. 1,004 gardens we have, and the water supply to this garden will be free of cost, which is going to save 60 crores every year. Thank you so much.
Wow, congratulations on this endeavor, sir. And now I know the secret why Hindmata didn't flood this year.
Yeah, and major credit goes to Aditya Thackeray because he is the person who fought for it. Otherwise, I was thrown out of the office. Thank you.
So Dr. Lata, we know that you're an active member of the Women for Climate C40 cities. So can you please share more information about this network and how exactly you got involved?
So this is an initiative, global initiative of C40s. Mayors of big cities come along. L'Oreal has been sponsoring this, and this year, the Environment Minister, ex-Environment Minister Aditya Thackeray's initiative for Mumbai Climate Action, he thought women should play a very important role. So he tied up with them, and that is how Women for Climate was introduced to the city of Mumbai. We were interviewed, and 25 females were selected under this cohort. And we are mentored to take our projects and see if we can be implemented in the city. So why women? Now, if I may borrow, his story also comes from his mother. His story also comes from his mother. So I feel women power is amazing. See, one lady can influence not only her family, her girl child, if she has a boy, the coming in daughter-in-law, and it is an inherent quality in women that we nurture. And we multitask, we prioritize. Sorry, nothing against the men, but what I'm trying to portray here is that women do have that in themselves. And if they get the right platform, which these initiatives of Women for Climate are, I think volumes of work can be done very easily. And any Nukkad program or society program you see, it's always the women who come out for any initiative. They step out first, despite they having a lot of household work or commitments. So if you see, there is this thing in women, and getting a platform like this just adds value to it. So that's what I would say.
Thank you so much, Dr. Lata, for your empowering words. And it's, social justice and both environmental justice do go hand in hand. And being a woman myself and you and all of us who are here, it's so empowering to hear this. And, again, congrats for all the amazing work that you've done. And, I'm sure you've inspired all the women out here, to be now green leaders and get involved in environmental advocacy.
Yeah, like Rajlakshmi rightly put it, it's actually very inspiring, ma'am. And we're definitely going to have some more initiatives at our campus soon. So coming to Dr. Chinu, we've understood that you have now a team that gets together to, for your beach cleanup drives. How do you inspire them to, come there every Sunday? Are there any incentives? If anybody from our audience wants to join you, is there a process, where you can, do they have to apply, or how do you give them a shout out where they can come and join you? So is there any process that goes about?
Yeah, so basically, I am no one to inspire people, and people are inspiring us. In fact, we always get messages from the youth like you that they want to do something, if not in Mumbai, but in other cities. We recently did an experiment for 200 locations cleanup all over India. And we just flashed a number, common number for that people can register. And luckily, there were people not only from India, but Germany, Switzerland, and the other cities, other countries also, they were doing the cleanup there at our time. And that was something fascinated me to even do more. And the best part to inspire people is to work yourself. So I'm sure Malar would agree with this. The more people see us also working, the more people will come on the beach. It is not about telling the team to go there and do the cleanup and then giving a shout out. I feel we have to be on the beach, or we have to be wherever for the cleanup. And Beach Warriors is a very unique or different name which you can find it on Google, and from there you can just DM us. हम बहुत वेले हैं, आप कभी भी message करो, हम आपको reply करेंगे. It is not that we are super busy people. So the moment you message, you will get the reply on any of our portals. So that's how you can get connected. And people who cannot travel there, they can do the cleanup nearby. It's not necessary you have to come to our beach. It's not necessary you have to go to his beach. Firstly, I would like to thank Raj Lakshmi because this is the first time in like 5 years Malar and me is together for a panel. And people always took us as a competitor because ye bhi dadar, main bhi dadar, ye side pe, main ye side pe. And I am so tired of telling people that we are not competitor, we are the same breed ke human who are doing the same kind of work. And I would love to have more Malars in our cities and in our countries because that's how the country will change. So thank you, Raj Lakshmi, for this.
I think we all are just doing our duty as citizens and human beings.
I want to add something to
home.
this. इसी competition की वजह से दादर बीच साफ है.
So thanks to people who always think us as a competitor. The secret behind is हम Karan Arjun है और हम करते रहेंगे. But yeah, your questions, Beach Warriors is anyone and everyone. जैसे आप लोग ने हमें ढूंढा, वैसे लोग भी हमें बहुत easily ढूंढ सकते हैं. हम कोई celebrities नहीं हैं जो हम reply नहीं करेंगे. In fact, I तो urge people to message me. I am the most loneliest insan in the world. The moment you message, I'll reply you. So anytime, not only for environment, but for any other cause, if you have any ideas or if you want to do anything, you can get in touch with us. We cannot give you the 100% curated ideas, but we can be a helping hand.
चीनू, इसके बाद आपको हजारों DM आने वाले हैं.
I am ready to welcome them because I know my DMs are always empty, so I am ready to welcome them.
So Malhar, there are a lot of people who come for a beach cleanup once and then, they never end up coming again. Or they'll just come once for a social media post and they won't be consistent. So how do you manage to convince volunteers to come again and how do you exactly retain your volunteers?
I think one of the biggest challenges for a cleanup drive is to get volunteers. Like we organize 8 to 10 cleanup drives every month. So consistently getting volunteers is very difficult. One of the problems is out of the 10, only 2 or 3 volunteers will again come for the cleanup the next weekend. That's the retaining ratio. So it becomes very difficult for us, but as long as the volunteers even come once, that's more than enough for us. So I always tell people that, you don't have to come for the cleanup drives every weekend. You come once and that's done. I'll be more than happy because of that. Because once you come for the cleanup, you pick up those plastic by your hands, you'll realize how intense, difficult the whole cleanup process is. And I think that really, changes your perception towards the whole problem. And yeah.
I mean, that's wonderful. And I'm definitely going to come for one of your, I think tomorrow morning also you have, is it the mangrove cleanup that you do?
Yeah, I have a cleanup tomorrow at the mangrove cleanup, which is at Airoli.
Okay, so guys, all of you all, please do come for it. I would love to, I need to be more consistent as well. I've just...
I wanted to add something to this. So we've been talking about beach cleanups and all, like people don't talk about mangrove cleanup. So on Sundays, the cleanups that we do at Airoli are basically mangrove cleanup. So basically, if you go and see there, it's a raw forest, it's a swamp. So at times, we reach a level where the water is still at chest. There have been incidences where we're doing cleanups, you spotted snakes there. So I would like to share one experience with you all. So there was once cleanup, we had it from morning 10 to 12 in the afternoon. So after the cleanup, I came back home around 4 o'clock and I was just lying on the bed and, just trying to rest. And I was in the same clothes, basically. So I felt something moving in my pants. When I removed my pants, I realized there was a 5-inch long centipede inside my pants.
Oh my.
Fortunately, it did not bite me. But yeah, these are some of the incidences that we come across.
I mean, it just sounds a little crazy, but I mean, again, it's for a good cause, so keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Okay, coming to Ayan, I'm sure the students here of the Nyan Pushpa Vidya Niketan must be thinking, yaar, hamare to idhar padhai khatam nahi hoti hai. They're asking us to do all these things, but the teachers are giving us so much homework and there's so much to study. And I think the stress in their life probably would be, ye standard ya test kaise pass karna hai. So just tell us something about how do you balance your academic life and your environmental activities?
I think in the start it was really difficult for me to balance my academic life and this project because I was spending almost 20 hours a week on this project alone. And slowly I realized that I wasn't going to be able to continue that for a longer time. So definitely my family did help me use my time more wisely. Like I would get up earlier in the morning to study. So I got more time in the evening to continue this project. And eventually that did become part of my routine. And it slowly just merged into my daily life, and this project has become part of my life now.
Wow. So I think a lot of our students here would today be going back with an inspiration, someone their age, and who's handling so many things.
Thank you.
Dr. Mukherjee, my next question is to you. So on a personal level, have you ever faced any sort of obstacles or any challenges while, on your mission to make Mumbai more greener?
To be very honest, there are no obstacle or challenges. Whatever I am trying to do is just because of what people want to do. We need a space, people come forward. We need funds, corporates are coming forward. We need hands, youths are always there. So whatever I am doing, and I think all of you will agree, that we are actually representing the thoughts which is coming from the youths, what they want to do. We are just trying to create a platform more convenient for them. So this has played the key factor in achieving all the things that we have done. It sounds very, very difficult that I planted 60,000 trees. A BBC correspondent was asking me that, Mr. Mukherjee, you planted 60,000 trees, but how do you still have this belly? So then the real thing came up that it was that we had been coordinating, and more of like I'm a coordinator, bringing people together for a cause. So as such, there are no challenges. If your vision is correct, if you know that what you're doing is important for you as well as surrounding and the community, things are definitely going to happen. All that we need to identify the challenge, and then you have the solution. Easy solutions will come forward. Thank you.
Thank you for putting it, so nicely. I feel having the correct vision, being surrounded by like-minded people, and that's what's important. And just having a positive attitude. So you've just rightly put it down, and I'm sure everyone here feels super inspired. So thank you so much once again.
We will always attract like-minded people, and the work will become easy. Thank you.
So Dr. Lata, the next question is to you. We know that you're an advisor to the Prime Minister's office under the Waste to Wealth initiative. Can you share your experience as a Swachhata Swarthi Fellow? What exactly do you do?
Before I answer that question, there are a lot of thoughts which are going on in my mind right now, which I would like to pick up. Is when we talk about sustainability, we need to understand what our projects are doing. So, because I see a very young crowd here, I want them to go back with some thought processes which will challenge them to think what actually is the definition of a sustainability. So my dear friends here are doing beach cleanup, right? Now when you're talking about beach cleanup and when you have volunteers coming in, there is a massive sensitization happening. But for how long? For how many days? How many of us have to do this? That, are we envisioning somewhere where we need to stop this? Because what I formed an NGO, not out of, love to have an NGO. NGOs need to find solutions, and those should be closures. We should not look for more work. Work should get closed. The solution should be there. So when we're talking about as simple as a beach cleanup, I'm sure they must have looked up, why are the beaches getting dirty? Why is it that every day I have to go and clean up? We have to stop the tap. Some way sustainability comes in these projects is that if I'm talking about waste management, which is my primary subject, so Swachh is waste to invest, all those initiatives. Now, exactly speaking, why is there a waste, right? We need to know, is anything a waste? Actually not. It is just that we discard it from our life. That's why it is becoming waste. So the habit of behavioral change is what I see has to be spoken more about. It's my behavior which is creating problems of water, problems of waste, problems of whatever civic issues we are facing. So as individuals, our thoughts towards sustainability should be how do we make any activity come to a conclusion where we feel that along with awareness, we are doing advocacy, we are doing things where no longer a beach cleaning is needed at all to begin with. And are we having a deadline for that? So collectively, those points have to be coming forward so that none of us need to sit here and celebrate only one earth. We have enough of our own work and things to do. Why are we coming here to do these things? This should be just natural style of living. Our behaviors have to change so that there is nothing to be saved. We live a life which nurtures the other lives. So that is what I feel the whole context has to build up around. And about Swachh Sarthi, I congratulate the government. They come and they go. But initiatives like this give opportunities to citizens to toy around an idea, put it on there, make pilots out of it, and see if they are sustainable. So my Swachh Sarthi fellowship is around how do we discard medicines from our own households. So be it an expiry drug, unwanted drug, there is antimicrobial resistance coming in, there is pilferage, there is spurious drugs, environmental contamination. How do we, my one tablet matters, because look at a population, everybody discards this. So what we toyed around this idea, and we said that we will keep these one-way bins, prototypes, in societies, in areas where you can drop off your medicines. You will not believe we have citizens couriering their expired drugs with money to discard, because I have a jurisdiction only of Thane city. So advocacy, we need to have more of these. So people like us who should say, oh, this works. Why not give people an opportunity to swim with the tide? Right now, to be a greener person, I have to swim against the tide, which is not fair. So convenience has to go out. Right choices should be made not out of convenience, but out of looking at what we are going to get in. So Swachh Sarthi is all about giving, and these are cohorts, so many of the children can apply. There are 3 levels, citizen and student level. And whatever idea you bring about, government gives you a nominal, monthly remuneration. And at the end of 12 months, you can showcase this. So in the month of October, we will be going to the Raj Bhavan and we'll be showcasing the idea. And hopefully, in terms of ERP, that is extended producers responsibility, or advocacy around how we should be disposing should come up. So that's what thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for putting us into that perspective.
So Dr. Chino, you've also been called as the hero of Swachh Bharat. But I also know you do a lot of other philanthropic work, such as your initiative Roti Ghar. So could you tell us something more about Roti Ghar and the kind of work that you'll exactly do? Sorry about the technical glitch. I think it's that mic.
Yeah, so basically, Khushia Foundation is having 11 projects right now, and we are into different SDGs. We follow majorly all 13 SDGs. So, Roti Ghar is a very dear project. The name itself says talk about food. And when we started this Roti Ghar project in December 2017, we didn't knew that we'll reach at this level. We started with feeding 100 kids, that to malnourished kids. The idea of Roti Ghar is to feed freshly cooked meals to malnourished kids and push them towards nourishment. So we adopt a certain area, a certain slum for 3 years, because the science says that if the 3 years continuously a nourished food, one-time nourished food is given to a kid, that will help a kid to be a nourished one. So that's how, but honestly, I didn't use this science and anything. Yes, if mujhe shuru karna tha Roti Ghar, because I celebrated a birthday in a slum where I saw a kid named as Yash. His bones were coming out. And exactly in the same, he was exactly looking the same, like our science book में एक बच्चा malnourished की photo होती थी, exactly वैसा का वैसा ही वो बच्चा दिखता था. And that's how it clicked me that if I can celebrate my birthday with 3,200 or 300 rupees and feed 100 kids with basic dal chawal, then why can't bring it to the people? Why can't ask the outside world if you can trust me with the money part or whatever it is? For 1 year, we fed 100 kids. Currently, we are feeding 1,800 kids every day in Mumbai, Bangalore, Odisha, Hyderabad, Delhi, Odisha. Because रोटी घर is not about feeding. रोटी is हमारे पंजाबियों में हम रोटी खाने को रोटी बोलते हैं. So roti is food and घर is all the love, pampering and all. The more love and pamper you give it to these kids, the more nourished they will be. And food is the add-on factor. So that's how roti ghar, but with that we started with menstruation, a right to discuss, which is mard. We manufacture our own biodegradable sanitary pads, and then we distribute it to the Adivasi ladies of Karjat, Palghar in Mumbai, Maharashtra, and the other parts of the city. We have a year back, we started with old age home for homeless senior citizens. We started 2 months back, we started with a shelter home for boys from the age of 5 to 18. And next month, hopefully, we are starting with shelter home for girls. We have shelter home for dogs in Thane, abandoned and ill dogs, whom we treat. We are running a digital education and skill development centers in 6 different cities. So bits and pieces, we are doing everything because I felt that it is always seen one NGO is having one common goal and they are running towards it. But यार मेरी टीम में 10-12 लोग हैं, 10-12 लोगों के अलग-अलग दिमाग है. So why not हर एक का दिमाग के ऊपर एक इनिशिएटिव स्टार्ट करके उसको आगे बढ़ाया जाए और वो 12 लोग लीडर बन सकें बाकी लोगों के लिए. So that's how we started with multiple initiatives, and with God's grace and the love of people, it is going good, fair enough, and we want to expand even more. Let's see now how it goes.
Thank you so much, Dr. Chinu. There's a quote which goes service before self, and I think you're a true example of that. During the lockdown, I think all of us had the privilege of having endless number of meals, but you know, a lot of people don't have that same privilege as us, and you know, Dr. Chinu was out there helping these people out through his initiative, Roti Ghar, and congratulations on that, and you know, we hope you keep up the work, and we wish you all the luck. So thank you so much once again.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Coming to you, Malhar. So you mentioned that, you know, despite knowing that the waste might come back with a high tide, what is that thing that keeps you going every week? What makes you, you know, get up in the morning, put on your socks and go to work, even though it's a Sunday, you know, where people want to, you know, just spend a lazy Sunday on the bed? What is that thing that drives you to go out for your drive?
I personally believe that consistency takes you to places where motivation can't take you. You know, motivation can get you something started, but if you want to continue it and succeed with it, you need to be consistent with it. Honestly speaking, there have been days where I don't feel like going for the cleanups, or I'm too tired, or I'm just lazy, you know, lying in my bed or something. But it's just one thought that, you know, that I have committed to myself that I will go and do a cleanup drive every weekend. So that's why I go and do it. And honestly speaking, a lot of people have different kinds of hobbies, you know, like dancing, singing. I personally take it as my hobby. Like the whole experience doing a cleanup drive keeps me calm. I'm a very aggressive person, you know, so those things make me calm, makes me happy. So I like spending time at the beach doing a cleanup.
Wow, hats off to such a commitment. And I hope a lot of more people have such hobbies. Maybe I should also develop something like that.
Coming to you, Ayan, you mentioned in your video that you have a robotics and environmental science background. So how did you use this knowledge to carry out your project, and what was the outcome of your initiative?
So I think during the COVID pandemic, everyone was stuck in their house, obviously, and because of that, I wasn't able to hold awareness campaigns and the cleanliness drives. And because of that, I needed some type of way to continue this project through the 2 years of the pandemic. And at that time, I realized that I had a newfound passion for robotics. And through that passion, I wanted to find a way to implement that into this project. And most recently, I created a robot called HASTE, which is Hydro Analysis and Sewage Testing Explorer. HASTE is basically an aquatic robot that's capable of finding where there's maximum pollution in an entire lake, and then it plots it on a 3D graph depicting where there is maximum pollution and what type of pollution it is, whether it's chemical, biological, and various other types. And by doing that and by giving that data to the correct authorities, or even I can do it myself, by doing that, you're able to prevent and reduce the amount of pollution which is coming from that specific area and find the accurate treatment for that certain type of pollution. Because the Powai Lake is surrounded by multiple residential areas. You have the Hotel Renaissance, you have IIT Bombay over there, then you have a massive roadway over there. So it's really difficult to find out where exactly the pollution is coming from, but with this project, you are able to find that.
Well, I mean, that's really impressive, and we can truly say that the future is in good hands, and we need more people like you. You know, a lot of our generation, you know, we are a lot on social media, and, you know, we're very tech savvy. That's what, you know, we're known for. And to see people like Ayan using that knowledge for the good, it's really so inspiring. So thank you for sharing this with us.
The next question, Dr. Mukherjee. Rajlakshmi just said that a lot of today's generation is on social media, you know, all the time posting things and all. We could call them the keyboard warriors. So what is your take on such people, and what would you like to say to them, and how do you encourage more people to become water heroes like you?
First, gratefully, I'm very thankful to the social media for bringing people together and technology transfer, Mr. Google God. They really work hand in hand, really giving direction to the innovations that we think of in our mind. Yes, it is important that we use social media wisely and also take care of our health, because we face a lot of health issues in today's life, where a lot of people are going to the hospitals and doctors for their backache, neck pain, eye irritation. So be careful on that. And yes, it is a transforming world. A lot of new opportunities are there. A lot of new innovations are there. It is our individual responsibility that we take it up and implement it in our life. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So that's been very rightly put by you.
Dr. Lata, we know you run an initiative called Praram, which is creating zero wastage institutions. So we have a lot of head of institutions who are actually sitting here with us. So what would your suggestion to be all of these people, the head of institutions, about how we can create zero wastage on our campus? And also, if you could share a little about Praram and your journey with Praram.
The story around Praram is that in the year 2014, actually I started getting interested in the subject of waste management. And after understanding the subject, I started meeting our society members and everybody. But I didn't see that it was hitting roadblock. People were not interested in segregating their waste. Nothing was moving. It was pretty depressing, because it's definitely inconvenient for people to sort out their waste and fix their waste or reduce their waste. Now, I was one, we can't sit on this, so just changed the gear, started looking at the younger generation, because they absorb this easier. So we started meeting these institutions and influencing the management that they should make their institutions zero waste. When we say that we want your institution to be zero waste, what we are doing is that we're giving the children who have been told that there has to be 3-level segregation a platform to do the segregation in the premises. What happens, most of our curriculum-based education which happens in environment is told that you need to do this. But when I really go back, do I get to see a 3-bin? No. But if it is given in the school, whatever is taught, if they are made to perform in the school, they will take it as a habit out. So if you do anything consistently 21 days, it becomes a habit. So the whole crux in Praram is influencing the head, heart, and hand. So if your head and heart is convinced, only then your hands will work. And that is how we want to build the marshals from the school level, who will step in the society as more empowered citizens than us. So Praram is all about empowering the children or the younger generation with the right knowledge. So they consume right, they become a more aware citizen. And I think this premises is already doing fabulous job. And I think y'all should organize for field trips. Because that is one way of spreading the education, what you could do. Like as simple as these, pots. Now everywhere you go, you see Bisleri bottle, even now. And events like this, which are meant for environment, you still see a Bisleri bottle there. So one step ahead of this would be just having one tank there, and whoever wants water goes and takes it up there. So, becoming an environmentalist is a journey. I didn't become in a day. It keeps coming slowly, slowly, and it takes more than a decade to really absorb what do you mean by when you say that you become an environmentalist.
Thank you so much for sharing that piece of information, and I'm sure that all the faculty members here, including all the HODs, there's so much to learn, and hopefully we can praram our journey towards, a greener campus at D.Y. Patil University. So thank you so much.
Okay, so to Dr. Chinu, you've also taken an initiative to make eco-friendly sanitary pads as a part of your project Mard. What was the thought behind it, and what kind of impact has it had?
So, it all started with a slap, and I asked my mother when I was in school about periods, and I got a slap there, and it is not my business. And I got to know about the periods, through my first girlfriend. So that's how I understood about periods, because तभी शायद Google वगैरह हमारे पास नहीं था, and I cannot rely 100% on Google. So it is necessary to talk to a female to understand more about periods. So that's how the journey for the periods started, and I released a Facebook video on how to take care of a woman during a period and everything, and that was liked by few of my female friends, and the journey started there. And since I was already into cleaning beaches, I cannot think about promoting those sanitary napkins which have plastic in it, because during the cleanup also we find sanitary napkins, and it is not one or two, but in bunches we find that. And I cannot be one side, on the other one side I'm cleaning beaches, on one other side I'm promoting the plastic based sanitary pads. So I did a bit of research, and there I understood, initially it all happened by purchasing from out and then distributing, but log chor bazari mein utar gaye the wahan pe. So I wanted to do something of my own where I know where my money is going and where we are doing it. And today we have been certified by the labs that we produce biodegradable pads which goes away to the earth within 4 months. So that's how we are doing it. We manufacture almost 5,000 to 6,000 packets in a month, which is being distributed to the ladies then.
Wow, that's an excellent initiative. And your simple mantra of "Insan bano" bahut scope hai. You've actually lived it up with every word, and I think you've given the audience a lot of words of wisdom and encouragement on this.
So because I wanted to take science after 10th. Due to peer pressure, I was pushed to commerce. I wanted to do hotel management, but due to peer pressure, I was pushed to do basic commerce. Then it was finally MBA. Then I understood one thing, that arts, science, commerce, there's no scope in that. If first scope is insan ban jao. Because the moment I started a social work thing, the moment I started something for the society, and there we got hit. There people started recognizing us. No one is asking about my degrees. No one is asking about my jobs. No one is asking about my income, which is there. We don't earn from the NGO. We are the most transparent NGO, I can say. Because of this social work, I became a hero, and brands started promoting me and all. That's how I make money there. But it all started with being a human and starting a service to the society. So the best part, art, science, commerce to le lo, but uske saath saath mein insaan bante jao, because we are born human, but in the journey of making money and being having the name in the society, we forget humanity. And that's how 2020 has taught us to be human again.
Wow.
Malhar, coming to you, we all know that you have received an award from the United Nations. And now that this movement has become such a success, what does the future hold for you? And have you made this a lifetime commitment?
I really hope that the beaches get clean so I get a weekend off. I can just sleep till late in the morning. Talking about the UN award, so I've never received any award or accolade during my school or college days. So the first award that came was directly from the UN. So that was really very special to me, very unexpected. Like we said, that we are trying to create more eco-warriors, more change makers. We want to basically create an environment where the environment does not require protection, like Lata ma'am said. So that's what we are trying to do, and really hope we are able to do that. Otherwise, you know how things are changing rapidly. The environmental degradation, the climate change, the sea level are rising. I think it's time, if you don't do it now, it's going to be too late.
Thank you, Malhar, and we wish you all the best on all your future endeavors. And we're always here to support you in whatever green initiative you will take in the future.
Thank you so much.
So Ayan, we know you've authored an action report on lake conditions, for which you've even received a gold medal from the Homi Baba Bal Vidya Kanayak competition. You've also been awarded the Young Eco Award in 2021. What would be your message to the youngsters, your age group people be here today?
So I think the biggest message that I do have is that if we as a generation don't take action now, then the generations to come will have to deal with the adverse effects that will be there. And even if you take a small action, such as just segregating your waste, or even if you just meet up with a few friends and help to clean up a water body, then it can really go a long way in helping to save the environment, and it can help the earth eventually.
Oh, that was really well put. And thank you so much for all that encouragement that you've been to all our youngsters today, and to all of us actually. Thank you so much.
And now we're going to move to a really fun segment of this panel. It's called the rapid fire round. And for this, can we please have the rapid fire lights on?
To all our panelists, please make sure that your answers are rapid and full of fire.
Do we get a hamper?
Can we dim those lights as well?
Of course. You are going to get a hamper. So the one who answers the best is going to get a rapid fire hamper.
So let's start with Dr. Mukherjee. You need to make sure your answers are quick and
full of fire.
Full of fire.
So brace yourself, sir.
You're also known as the water hero. Who is your real life hero?
Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Sahab.
Name one alternative for the following: plastic straws,
Bamboo straws,
plastic bottle,
bamboo bottle, earth bottles.
and a toothbrush.
उंगली बहुत है. उंगली करना is the very healthy thing. It gives you, listen to me carefully, it gives real massage to your gums, which is the missing thing in this technically, monetarily advanced brushes. Think about it. Vedas has very medicinal things. Use your ungli even after you're using your advanced brushes. Keep that in your mind. Sorry, it was a rapid fire, I forgot. Bhashan dena shuru ho gaya.
Do you have a count of how many trees you have planted till date?
Sorry?
How many trees you have planted till date?
Technically 1 lakh plus, but only 60,000 have survived.
One sustainable lifestyle habit everyone should adopt. Any sustainable habit everyone can, do every day, like.
Respect yourself. When you wake out in the morning, it is your time. Spend 5 minutes with yourself. Think what you want to do. Look at yourself on the mirror. Smile about yourself that yes, you have woken up, and make the best out of it. Thank you.
If you're stranded on an island, what are 3 things you would carry with you? If you're stuck, what would you? If you're stuck on an island, you're stranded, what are 3 things you would take with you?
Depends what's available in the island.
But if you could carry any 3 things with you from home?
Soil, any of the saplings, which is another which I have not seen in Mumbai or around. And if there are some good people, I'll take them around so that I can do a lot of cultural knowledge exchange with them.
Also, it was Dr. Mukherjee's birthday yesterday, and we know that you planted 40 trees, if I'm not wrong. So, how would you celebrate your birthday if not planting a tree?
Actually, I'm 44, but I tried to pretend that I have just turned 40. So I planted 40 trees, and it was a heavy downpour. I came back, and that's the best way I'm doing since last 20 years. Each one, plant one, grow your own oxygen by planting a tree. Otherwise, you do not have the rights to breathe. As simple as that. Thank you.
What do you think is more important, treating the symptom or the root?
Root. Prevention is better than cure. A stitch in time saves 9, and that's what your education system is all about. They are preparing you so that you can guess, you can foresee the challenges, and you can fight it in the best possible manner. Thank you.
And my last question to you is green or blue?
There is no green without blue.
Oh.
बातें करवा लो जितना करना है. Problem is climate talks is enough. Climate action is what matters.
Okay.
Thank you so much. I think you've performed very well. And also, let me mention to all the panelists, we have a hamper for the person who gives the best answers. And again, it's an eco-friendly hamper. So, try to make your answers as fun as possible, as, as rapid.
Innovative and as
innovative.
rapid. And I hope all of you are listening because all of you are going to be the judges for this. Okay, coming to you, Chinu. Brace yourself. Are you ready?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So what's your favorite beach destination?
Dadar.
Who's that one person who inspires you the most?
Mom.
So coming to a little this or that. Fun stuff. Are you the vada pav or the aloo paranthe?
Both no, because I hate aloo. I have bhaji pav and chai.
Oh. So all the DMs are going to be for the bhaji pav and chai.
चलो कभी लेके चल रहे हो फिर.
So is it canine or cat?
Sorry?
A canine or cat? A dog or a cat?
Dog. Dog.
So as the very famous rapid fire goes, you generally have to rank things according to their order of importance. So dhyan se, water pollution, noise pollution, deforestation, soil erosion, plastic pollution. So how would you want to rank this in the order of their importance?
Can all these 5 come on number 1? Then only we'll be able to change something.
I think very well put. If not running the Khushiyan Foundation, what would we find you doing?
I would have died. I would have been in heaven or hell, I don't know. Agar Khushiyan nahi hota tha, I would have died then and there itself.
Okay. So the next question. What are your top 3 things on your bucket list?
On my?
Bucket list.
That I have to look good, that I have to spread smile, that I have to drive. That is always in my bucket list because I cannot drive with a driver since I puke in the car. That's the reason I have to drive. So this is the 3 things in my bucket list. And if about environment, then straw ko bhul jao, direct glass se piyo. You don't need alternate of straws also. And you need to drink more water and save more water. That's it.
Very rightly put. So what's the best compliment you've received and from whom?
Compliment, I have a nice smile. I have always received this, and it is obviously through my mom.
Very nice. We were all saying you have a very nice smile. If you received $1 million, what would you do with the money?
I will come and distribute it to Malar, Subhajit sir, and all the environmentalists because हमको ना पैसे की बहुत कमी होती है. Because whenever we do the cleanups or into the environment work, people don't donate generally. Why do you need money for beach cleanups? Why do you need money for tree plantation? So I will distribute it among our environmentalist people so that they can do well.
That was very well said. So now we move on to the next person.
Now, Dr. Lata, are you ready for the rapid fire round?
Yes.
So let's start. What's that one quote in life that holds you from giving up? Sorry? What's that one quote in life that holds you from giving up?
That's a Swami Vivekananda's quote, that unless you try, I mean, only if you try and fail, you learn something out of it. So it's Swami Vivekananda's quote.
According to you, which is the cleanest place in Mumbai city?
My home.
What's the best compliment you've received and from whom?
My kids. And they look up to me, they compliment me every day for what I do, and I think that's the best thing I feel I've been getting back.
Can you tell us 2 ways in which climate change has impacted your life?
There are multiple ways. I think every minute it is impacting my life. I cannot stop to think about it. So I think we're all around with climate change affecting us every moment.
Describe your journey at D.Y. Patil School of Medicine in 3 words.
I found my love here.
Quite literally.
Sorry?
I said quite literally, yeah.
Literally, I found my love here. So that's my journey with DY.
If
Had
you
I
were-
not been in DY, I wouldn't have met him. So I found my love here.
If you were to write an autobiography, what would the title read?
What would be the
Autobiography, what would the title be?
Your
title?
yeah.
Title. SOS. For everything. Save our lives, selves.
Nice.
So it's SOS.
If you were granted 3 superpowers, what would you have changed?
I would want to be the Prime Minister of India. Really desperately. And that is my wish, because if I become that, then I can do my rest of the other things. So that's all.
Can we have a round of applause for Dr. Lata, please? I think it's a really tough competition.
Yeah, it's actually turning out to be a
I
really
hope
difficult-
everyone's paying attention.
Okay, coming to Malhar.
I'm taking the hamper. I'm very competitive.
Yeah, and trust me, the hamper is really, really nice. So you really want to fight
It's
for
worth
it.
fighting for.
Worth
Yeah.
fighting for. Okay, coming to you, Malhar. So the first question: tell us 3 things one should carry for a beach cleanup.
Gloves, gumboots, water bottle.
Okay. If not cleaning the Mithi River or the mangroves at Airoli, what would you be doing on a weekend?
Sleeping or chilling with my friends.
Okay. If there's one person in the world, living or dead, you'd like to interview, who would it be?
Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj.
He knows how to get his brownie points. Okay, how would you convince your friend to come for a beach cleanup? What would you tell them?
Come for the cleanup and that's enough for them.
Wow. Okay, a person comes for a beach cleanup. What does this person represent to you?
Sorry, I didn't get you.
A person coming to a beach cleanup, what does this person represent to you?
Represent to me.
Yes.
An individual coming for the cleanup.
We've seen you on roadies. So which show next?
None.
Most memorable cleanup, and can you share a funny incident?
I think when Jacqueline had come for the cleanup drive, Jacqueline Fernandez, I think that was a very fun cleanup.
And lastly, what's your favorite beach holiday destination?
Miami.
Miami. That's nice. That was well put.
Yeah. Now coming to Ayan, let's start with the rapid fire round. Which environmentalist do you look up to?
I'd say Greta Thunberg.
What are the top 3 things on your bucket list?
Oh, I know this is odd, but go to Antarctica. Then I'd have to say, environmentally, I'd have to say, try to save a complete city from pollution. And thirdly, I guess just travel the world.
What would your high school yearbook quote read?
Extremely busy and not able to talk.
Nice one. What would you identify as the root cause of degradation of Powai Lake?
I'd say the surrounding, basically sewage treatment, lack of sewage treatment.
If you had magical powers, what are the 2 things you would want to change?
If I had magical powers, I'd definitely want to go back in time and change the entire pollution scenario from coming. And secondly, I'd like to change the mindset of people towards more sustainability.
Ayan, we know that you aren't on Instagram, but if you were, what would your Instagram bio be?
School robotics environment.
Now you have to tell us the first word that comes to your mind when you hear these following words. Powai,
Lake.
sustainability,
Environment.
conservation,
Animals.
youth,
Help.
social media.
Waste of time.
And last, what's your favorite gadget?
Oh, sorry?
Gadget.
What's your favorite gadget?
Oh, I'd have to say my laptop.
Can we please have a round of applause for Jan? I think you did pretty well.
Yeah,
Bhavik, I think it's a really tough competition.
Very tough one. What do you think?
What do you guys think?
So should we give it to all?
Yeah, I think I can hear. I could hear everyone's names from the audience.
Yes,
And it
absolutely.
wouldn't be, I think everyone's done really well. So Bhavika, what do you think?
Yeah, I think we should give it to all.
All of them?
Yes.
Can we have the hampers, please, for all the panelists? I think they've done exceptionally well.
So can I request Rajlakshmi to please give the hampers to all of them? And like there is a big hamper reveal, I'd like to say the contents of this hamper are completely eco-friendly. So we have a diary, a few pens, bamboo brushes, some organic honey, some bamboo straws, masks, some vegan pasta, a clay bottle, a cloth bag, some soaps. So everything is eco-friendly. Thank you so much, everyone, for being a part of our rapid fire. I'm sure all of you in the audience have been very keenly listening to all our panelists and have a lot of questions on your mind. So if there are any questions from the audience to our panelists, we open the floor now. So can we take a few questions from the audience?
Can the mic be passed around in the audience? And whoever has a question can raise your hand.
So can I see any raise of hands?
And please state who your question is for clearly.
Hi. My question is for the entire panel here. So since we're discussing Green Mumbai, we can't avoid the topic of the RA forest. So if we could really have you discussing, because Mumbai is one of the very few urbanized places that has a forest right in the middle of it. But we're also an immigrant culture that is expanding every single day. So what side do you lean on? You really think the forest should be conserved or not?
I will take that because I had been answering on behalf of BMC for a long time. We had to cut trees to make houses. We definitely had to cut trees to make hospitals. We had to cut trees to make education institutions. Cutting tree is not a problem. Last 50 years, we forgot to replant it. That's the criminal thing that happened, nobody told us. And even today, government is still, the authorities are still, the stakeholders are still not taking adequate steps to replant the trees. So no cutting of trees can be allowed until unless they take plantation and growth and survival of trees compulsory in a very more serious manner. We can, in the name of development, in the name of survival, there will be a day we are going to cut all the trees and sell oxygen for survival, because that becomes a money-making opportunity, which we have very much experienced in this COVID line. So, no cutting of trees can be allowed further until unless we plant the equal number of trees, and in fact more than that, and compensate for everything damage that has been done in the name of development. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for that excellent answer and for rightly putting it for every cut tree, we must grow one tree or plant a tree. Can I have the next question, please? Can you raise your hand so that we can see you?
If I may
yeah,
add
please.
to her, sorry, if I may add to her, just we have to look at the root cause why the cities have to be developed like this. There is migration happening from the rural areas to urban areas. Somewhere we have to make our 2-tier and 3-tier cities sustainable in themselves. People are migrating to city and the stress on our resources of the city is getting unprecedented, out of bounds. And that's the reason we have to have all these kind of infrastructure developed. If we somewhere try to look at creating our 2-tier and 3-tier cities self-sustaining in terms of education, health and livelihood, I think we will answer a lot of problems of balancing environment and growth of whatever we are trying to say, if it is a growth.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Hello.
Yes.
A very good afternoon to everyone on the dais. My question is for Dr. Mukherjee. So you spoke about your idea and you told us about how your entire setup has helped make underground water, save underground water and harvest rainwater. I think you specified that water collected in your setup lasts for 10 days. But if I wanted a more precise answer, how much would a single setup supply or provide?
There are various designs to rainwater harvesting system. First, let the water percolate totally into the ground. Second, partial percolation. Third, let us collect it and reuse it. So if there is a reason, for example, you have shortage of water in your society or in your premises, you're buying the water from outside, you will have to catch the water and keep it with you so that you reduce on your water consumption bills, and which is a lot. Tanker water business in MMR region is close to 90,000 crores every year. That's a free thing given by God and people are making money out of it. That's why you have to catch your part of water. Second, if you have a water logging, so you don't need too much of water. You want it to disappear. So then you have to help it percolate. So then you don't have to catch it. You have to help it go into the ground. So accordingly, you can design it. Minimum 5,000 liters, maximum, as we did, as I said, that with the help of BMC, we did 2 billion liters of project we are doing. And that's how depend case specific where you are and what is the purpose of water conservation you are thinking of. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I hope I could answer your
Yes, you did. Thank you so much.
question का इतना लंबा जवाब देता हूँ मैं.
Can we take the next question, please? Yes, somebody in the back.
Good afternoon, one and all present here. I am Madhuri Karvat from Jnana Pushpa Vidyaniketan, Belapur. My question is for all that Meethi River is now also known as Plastic River. What are the major causes of its degradation and how has cities environmentalists made steps towards its preservation?
Okay.
I think Malar can take this question.
Yeah, I'll take this one. So you need to understand that Meethi River is an 18-kilometer long river which originates in Pavai and Vihar Lake. It meets the ocean at Mahim, the Mahim Creek. Now the problem is 70% of the bank of the Meethi River have industries and communities. So the river passes through Dharavi, Kurla, so they have recycling industries, paint industries, fertilizer industries, all kinds of industries. These industries dump their waste directly into the river. That's one problem. Second problem is the banks at the communities at the banks at this river, most of them are illegal. That's another problem. The third problem is sand mining. So when we started the cleanup at the Meethi River at Mahim, there was sand mining which was happening here. So with the help of Mumbai Mirror, we did a front page article on the whole thing and the whole thing stopped. Dumping of construction debris is another problem. I think the BMC removed around 257 truckloads of construction debris from the Meethi River after we started the cleanup drive at the Meethi River. So it's a very complex problem. Meethi River is not a very easy problem to touch or something. For example, open defecation is also one of the problems at the Meethi River. Now the problem is because they do not have sufficient toilets in the communities. Now if you provide toilets to the communities, it would be as good as supporting those illegal communities. So the BMC does not provide them with the toilets, So they go and do it in the open. So these are the problems. One problem will lead you to another problem, and that will lead you to another problem. So it's a web of problems.
Thank you.
Also, since we're running a bit short of time, we'll just take 3 more questions. So anyone from the audience can just Who has a question can raise their hand.
Yeah, you can. Go ahead.
Good afternoon to one and all and respectable panelists. Most of my questions has already been answered. Looking into the local participation, sustainability approach of taking care of our local resource management. Still, I have a question that with this rampant urbanization happening around the city fringes, how we are managing to work as city restoration as a smart city or an eco-friendly city in near future as Mumbai?
It's a very big question if you ask me. Like that, smart cities, what we are looking at nowadays. We are way, way, way away from actually making a smart city. If you want me to just give only one answer to that is, it's only going to be citizens' self-participation, self-awareness, and self-discipline. Only if we get those 3 S, then we can make our cities smart. Nothing else will work.
Very true, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Yes, somebody here wanted to ask.
I will add 2 more points to it. As a civic body, we keep discussing. First, population control. Government is trying to come up with a population control bill. It is need of the hour, and I hope as youth you will be positive towards it. And no, I think this is the most important part. Thank you.
I have a question. My question is to all the panelists. Myself is Path Padwal from School of Hospitality. And my question is like about carbon footprints. Not many people are aware about, as there are many students over here. So can you say a few words about carbon footprints and how we can reduce that?
Could you repeat that question again?
Not many people are aware about the word carbon footprints.
Carbon footprints.
Yeah. And how we can reduce that?
How can you reduce carbon footprints? So please.
Everything, every time, every day, every moment, whatever we consume leads to carbon footprint. Every time we are breathing, it leads to carbon footprint. We cannot stop ourselves, but what we are consuming every day is something needs to be thought over. Reuse, recycle, and consume less. That's the thing. We don't need 20 set of trousers. We don't need 50 shoes. We don't need, oh, my T-shirt it's not the right color, or it has faded, we can't use it. Learn to reuse. Reduce your consumption in every way possible. It will save environment, and also it will save money if you want to correlate to. Every rupee you are spending, think 3 times. Is it needed? If you are able to, that's the best thing you can do to save the world. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Can we have the last question? Yes.
Hello everyone, my name is Anupam Patil, and I would like to ask, like, how can we tackle sea life, like how can we save sea life on small, like, small actions we can take.
Okay, how can you save
Like
sea life?
Yeah.
Save
like-
sea life by taking small actions.
I think by leading an eco-conscious lifestyle, you can, save them. The first thing is avoid single-use plastics. Second is, if you are using any kind of plastics, make sure you recycle it. So there is a statistic which says that out of the total plastic waste, only 9% of it is recycled. So the remaining 91% either ends up in your forest, your rivers, or your oceans. That's what harming the marine species. The third thing is, whenever you buy something, like Subhajit sir said, see if you really need it. Like your carbon footprints, that needs to be considered. Do not buy if you do not need it. That's for sure. You want to add anything, sir?
Adding to that, Ganpati is coming, so go for the eco-friendly Ganesha, because Ganesha has never told us or written in the Granth that only POP Ganesha should be used. So before the festival, make sure that the bookings of Ganesha have already started. So go for only eco-friendly Ganesha only. That is the first way you will save a lot of marine species and all the other species also. And secondly, stop littering. Use your bag for all the garbage. बैक के ना 2 साइड पॉकेट होते हैं, एक में पानी की बोतल आती है और एक खाली होता है, और एक वो खाली जो है ना वो गार्बेज बिन है हमारा. So use it wisely, use that as a garbage bin, because open littering आप यहाँ पे करोगे तो हमें beaches पे मिलेंगे. So you have to stop littering. That's the only small things which everyone can do.
I would like to add, today itself when you go back home, segregate your waste into 3 categories: wet, dry, and reject. Now when you do that, your job is not done. You need to know where will these 3 go. So if they are not going to the right end destination, that is not your landfill, it should go to a place where either it gets composted or recycled. If it is not, then please don't create that waste. That's all you think and do to begin with. Thanks.
Thank you so much for answering the questions. And now we come to the end of the Q&A round. And now we come to the last part of this panel, which is a very fun round. So for this, all of y'all will have to remove your phones out. It's a fun quiz, which I'm just going to put on the screen. So for this, can you please take out your phones?
We can even ask the panelists to join in.
Even
if
the
they would like
panelists
to.
can join.
Everybody in the audience, please get your phones out so that we can start with the fun quiz. Yeah. Can we get his phone now?
Can everyone go on the website kahoot.it, KAHOOT.it.
That's how you spell.
Has everyone gone on kahoot.it? So now there will be a code to join the game, which is going to appear on the screen in just a minute. So that's the code. It's 7399937. Actually, if you want to work in partners also, that'll be nicer so the website doesn't get jammed. So if you want to work with someone who's sitting next to you and play the game. And even the panelists can join.
So we can see all of you adding on to the Kahoot. So you can see all the names appearing on the screen.
That's a lot of people. I just hope the website doesn't jam. Even you can join. Okay, all of you all have joined. Done. And also there's special prizes going to be given out to the winners. So let's see who wins.
I know some of the answers, so am I allowed to join?
No. Okay, I think we'll begin now. I'm gonna start it. I hope everyone's on. You can still see names coming up. I think if you work with someone next to you, I think that'll be better because I'm just gonna start it now. There's no sound.
Okay, guys, next question.
Growing of trees is called deforestation, afforestation, tree planting, germination.
Also the fastest finger first. Your answer is fast.
Okay, guys, please look the scoreboard as well. It's a competition, remember.
Which of the following is the cause of melanoma, skin cancer? So acid rain, allergen, ozone depletion, or nothing.
Guys, no cheating. Please don't say the answers aloud. Please, it's a humble request. Don't whisper. Don't say it aloud. Keep it to yourself. If you know the answers, don't help your friends. No cheating. I can see someone saying that. Oh, no.
Just a second, there's a technical problem. The next question, which organisms are found in a vermicompost pit?
A, scorpion, B, earthworm, C, snakes, D, caterpillars. I repeat, which organisms are found in a vermicompost pit? Scorpion, earthworm, snakes, caterpillars. No cheating, guys. You are not supposed to say it aloud. I know the answers.
So next time you make your vermicompost pit, you know.
Silence, guys, silence. I repeat.
Which layer gets depleted by CFC?
A, carbon dioxide, B, ozone, C, oxygen, D, fluoride. A, carbon dioxide, B, ozone, C, oxygen, D, fluoride. समय समाप्ति की घोषणा. And the next question.
Which day is celebrated as World Environment Day? 5th June, 13th January, 13th March, and 24th August.
And Googling is not allowed, guys. You're not supposed to use the internet to find the answers.
Please don't Google it.
No cheating. The boy at the back, you'll be disqualified. Oh, so you're using Instagram. Okay, fine.
Also, just a fun fact, the other 3 dates are our birthdays.
Yeah, the other 3 dates are the birthdays of the moderators.
So we can see pharmacy is taking the lead. Can we have a round cheer for pharmacy, please? Which one of the following trees is considered to be an environmental hazard?
A, eucalyptus, B, baboon, C, neem, D, amalthus. I repeat, is it A, eucalyptus, B, baboon, C, neem, D, amalthus? The clock is ticking, guys. Tick ticki ji chal padi hai. KBC mode. Time is up.
I'm surprised how a lot of people actually got this right.
Everyone's thinking amalthus.
And Ash has taken the leaderboard. Where's Ash? Who's Ash?
Who's Ash?
Oh, good going. How much time does it take for a plastic bottle to decompose?
I said it in the beginning, guys. I said this
if you
in the
paid
beginning.
attention.
Anyone? I am not helping. I am not helping. It was there in my script. Nobody was paying attention. ना सब लोग Instagram देखने में लगे थे.
Very good. That means you all actually paid attention.
Yes, to what I said.
So we have Anurag Joshi who's taken the lead.
Anurag Joshi, 3 cheers for
Oh, I
Anurag
can see he's
Joshi.
there.
Yeah.
We still have few questions to go.
Guys, you can redeem yourself. Come on.
What was this movement known as?
Oh, hello, excuse me. Don't blurt out the answers, please. Save Silent Valley, B Jungle Bachao, C Chipko, D Apiko.
I think that was pretty straightforward. And
who's
Anurag
Jethal Gada?
Joshi still keeps the lead. So let's see who can beat him. Which material takes the longest to decompose in the ocean?
A plastic cup, B aluminum can, C disposable diaper, D plastic bag. Sure, confident, lock किया जाए. फ्रीज कर दिया जाए कंप्यूटर जी. Oh.
So we have Garima who's
Garima,
beaten
3 cheers for
Anurag.
Garima.
I think Anurag, you have to catch up now.
Anurag needs to catch up. And so does Jethalal Gada needs to catch up.
How many inches have sea levels risen in the past century?
A 1.5 inches, B 7 inches, C 18 inches, D 50 inches. Excuse me, I repeat myself. No shouting. Thank you. 7 inches.
Garima's on a streak.
Garima, you are killing it. Congratulations. What is Dr. Chinu's favorite food?
Okay, fun stuff now.
A. Bhelpuri, B. Tacos, C. Sushi, D. Chole Bhature.
Answer mat dena.
I know what's my favorite food, but that's not the question. A. Bhelpuri, B. Tacos, C. Sushi, D. Chole Bhature. B. Tacos.
Is that right?
He shocked himself.
Yeah, you like Mexican food, sir? That's great. Garima is on a roll, I guess.
How many trees did Dr. Mukherjee plant on his birthday yesterday?
20, 40, 10, 5. That's not his age, guys.
Sir, help mat karna.
That's not his age, guys. B40.
So I can really see everyone paid attention throughout the panel.
Exactly. It's surprising.
And Garima still takes the lead.
Garima is on a roll.
What year did Dr. Lata join D.Y. Patil School of Medicine?
A 1992, B 2000, C 95, D 1991. I had said it in her introduction, guys. If you all paid attention, 92, 2000, 95, 91.
I'm sure Surekha ma'am will.
Zip it, guys. Zip it. Zip. Zip it. Stay on. 1991.
I think a lot of them got it right. And we still have Garima. Where is Garima?
Oh, and who's Dimple? I mean Pimple. Third one.
And the last question. Oh no, we have.
How many followers does Malhar have on Instagram?
10K, 5,000, 76.8K, 50K. 10K, 5,000, 76.8K, or is it D 50.2K?
After today, I'm sure those numbers are going to climb.
Yeah, the numbers are going to increase, Malhar. Watch out. 76.8K. Most of you all got it right. Let's see the scoreboard. Oh, somebody has popped the pimple. We have Harsh and Garima still taking the lead.
Who awarded Ayan the Young Eco Hero Award? Action for Nature,
Government of Maharashtra, the UNEP, or is it the NDTV? Guys, please don't shout the answers. Disqualified. 3, 2, 1, time's up. Action for Nature, AFN.
And we have a new entry on our list.
Oh, Pimple is back.
Coming back to the last question, I hope all you people have your fingers on the mobile phone. And for your last question,
आपके computer screens पर.
what subject is Raj Lakshmi studying in college?
History, business management, geography, or English literature? Guys, history, business management, geography, or English literature? Quickly, 10 seconds to go. I know the answer. English literature. Or is it business management? Or is it history, or is it geography? Brilliant.
We have the podium winners. So third place is Yash and Apurv.
Apurva and Yash.
Second place is Pimple.
Oh, the Pimple is very stubborn, not refusing to go. Where's Pimple?
First place, Garima.
First place goes to Garima.
And the runners up we have Anurag and Akshita.
Can we have Garima, Pimple and Purva on stage? Yash and Apurva. By the way, I need to know your role name as well, Pimple.
So can we have you on stage, please? So this is the first podium finisher, Garima. Congratulations. Can I request Raj Lakshmi to please hand over?
Can we have the gifts, please?
So we're giving her a diary, eco-friendly pens, eco-friendly straws, and a jute pouch.
Hello everyone, I'm Garima Joshi from School of Biotechnology and Bioinformatics, Belapur.
On second place, we have Pimple. Can we have you on stage, please?
Oh, hi, Pimple. Finally, we meet. Hi. Which school are you from, Pimple?
I'm from RAIT, engineering.
That's great. Give it a shout out for engineering, guys. RAIT school.
And on first place, we have Yash and Apurva.
Third place.
Oh, sorry. On third place, we have Yash and Apurva.
Can we have Yash and Apurva on stage, please? Congratulations, guys.
RAIT. Their t-shirt says it.
RAIT again. Okay.
Congratulations.
So RAIT is on a roll, guys. Congratulations, RAIT.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so what a lovely and fun quiz that was, guys. 3 cheers. First of all, I would like to congratulate each of the panelists that are present here, right from Mr. Malhar to Master Ayan to Dr. Lata, Dr. Chinu, Dr. Mukherjee, all of them, Mr. Mukherjee, all of them I think have outdone themselves. They've achieved so much in life that I would like to just go off script and just, sir, take a bow. Each one of you, ma'am, I would like to congratulate, and it's so inspiring, it's so motivational. And the best part is they're so humble. Like, see, they're so down to earth, even after achieving so much in life. Just look at their modesty and the humility. So much to learn from you, and especially, I think, Mr. Malhar and Dr. Chinu, you have a volunteer ready. I think that's the best way to lose weight, and I'm coming. So, after I eat all the lovely food at DY Patil cafeteria, I'm going straight to the beach and not to the gym. Or I'm planting a tree with Dr. Mukherjee to lose all that weight. Thank you, sir. So, yeah, can we have a huge round of applause for all the panelists, guys? Thank you. So now I would like to request our moderators to join Mrs. Shivani Patil ma'am, Honorable Shivani Vijay Patil ma'am, in giving the specially curated and designed eco-friendly token of love, appreciation and gratitude as a memento to all the guests of honor, to all our panelists. May I request Dr. Bhavika and Ms. Raj Lakshmi Patil to please come up? To please And Vandana ma'am to escort Dr. Shivani Patil. Okay, so can we have the hamper, I mean the tokens of appreciation? Yeah. So first we have Dr. Subhajit Mukherjee. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Next we have Dr. Lata Ghanshyamni. Can we have a huge round of applause for Dr. Lata Ghanshyamni? Thank you, ma'am. Next we have Dr. Chinu Kawatra. Can we have a huge round of applause, guys? Next we have Mr. Malhar Kalambe. Kadambe. That's the correct Marathi pronunciation. Can we have a huge round of applause for Mr. Malhar Kadambe? Khub chan. Next we have, last but not the least, Master Ayan Shankta. Can we have Master Ayan Shankta? Huge round of applause, guys. Some energy before you get to eat lunch a little bit. Thank you so much, ma'am. So now I would like to request the HMCT team to kindly get a cake on stage. It's a surprise. Shivani ma'am, if you could please stay back.
We'll do it later.
Wait, before we do that, we're going to take a green pledge together. So for this, I request everyone in the auditorium to please stand up as we take this green pledge. And can you please put your hands to the chest on your heart? On the 16th of July, at the D.Y. Patil University, I take a pledge to do my part to help save the earth. I will reduce, reuse, recycle to make every day Earth Day. I care about our planet today, and I can make a difference for tomorrow. Let's all work together.
I pledge, I will save energy. I promise to turn off lights and electronics when not being used. I will walk, bike, or share rides with family or friends with permission when possible.
I pledge I will conserve resources. I promise to use a refillable water bottle for drinking. I will not waste water, and I will carry reusable bags for shopping.
I pledge I will not litter. I promise to put trash into proper receptacles. I will remember to recycle and will help others to keep the earth clean and green each day.
I pledge I will protect our planet. I promise to celebrate Earth Day every day. It is our responsibility to keep the earth healthy for people and animals. Thank you. And may we continue standing for the national anthem, please?
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत विधाता.
Can we please have the national anthem?
जल जल
Sorry for the technical glitch. Can we just sing the national anthem together?
अधिनायक जय हे
भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल वंग विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तब जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे भारत माता की
मातरम मातरम Jai Hind. I request everyone to kindly be seated for a few more minutes until we disperse.
Tell them about the plant first. We will give them so you can sow.
And also we are distributing plants in the auditorium, so you all can just sow the seeds. I request everyone to remain seated. Guys at the back, kindly shut the doors, technical team. So yeah, so that was indeed a very fruitful discussion. I mean, I am in complete awe of the ideas expressed today. And even I take a pledge that I'll be part of the solution and not pollution. I'll take all the alternatives in ensuring that the world around me is a better place to live in, just like our university, Dr. D.Y. Patil. I'm proud and I consider myself to be so fortunate to be a tiny fragment in this humongous and magnanimous institution that cares for Mother Nature so much in every way possible. I will go green. You know, I am all green today, right from the dial of my watch to my shoes, to my socks, to my handkerchief, everything is green, okay? But I mean, I'm so sorry for reusing the same joke again, but I've learned the art of recycling. So I'm just trying to recycle the same joke. But on a serious note, it's time to save our planet, guys. Let's all become superheroes. And let's not just limit it to just uploading an Instagram story or just be a keyboard warrior. Let's come on the ground and do work at the forefront. And let's all come, and it's not just limited of being green. It's about thinking green and adapting green in your daily lives. It's not just eating green pesto pasta or green leafy vegetables. That's not how you go green. You go green, you go all out. So let's be a superhero, protect our endangered species, care for the quality of lives, and promote the usage of eco-friendly resources. I would like to take this opportunity to thank our respected Dada, Dr. D.Y. Patil. Dada, we need your blessings always in life, wherever we go. And your teachings help us excel. I would also like to thank Dr. Vijay D. Patil sir and Mrs. Shivani Vijay Patil ma'am for being the beacon of light and ray of hope. Your unwavering support each time assures us that you will always be there for us, and it motivates us so much in life. Lastly, Ms. Raj Lakshmi Patil, who deserves all the appreciation and praises for doing all of this today. Take a bow, ma'am. It wouldn't have been possible without your imagination, your creativity, and we hope you continue doing your acts of kindness for our society. Our respected Vice Chancellor, Dr. C.S. Thamaya, Pro Vice Chancellor, Madam Vandana Mishra Chaturvedi, all deans, directors, dignitaries, head of schools that are present today. Thank you to all the guests once again, and moderator, Dr. Bhavika Varma Bhatt. Thank you, Mr. Vrundan Jadhav sir and his wonderful IT team. Can we give a huge shout out to the IT team? Mr. Prashant, Mr. Saif, Mr. Pranav for managing everything so efficiently, and Mr. Vinod and Mr. Sunil for all the videos that you've seen, and Mrs. Pallavi Chaudhary for coordinating the event so brilliantly. Hats off, ma'am. And we have Mr. Sandeep Jadhav for doing all the wonderful stage setup that you see here, making us look good, look so good. All credit goes to Mr. Sanjeev Jadhav for the wonderful stage setup, Dr. Roshni Sawant for coordinating with all of the speakers, Mrs. Shailaja Menon for handling the hospitality aspect, Ms. Ishita Dua from Dental for taking care of the beautiful hampers, wherever you are, Ishita, lovely hampers. And lastly, all the workers, cleaners, and helpers that have worked relentlessly and are instrumental in ensuring the event's success. We thank you from the bottom of our hearts to keep our surroundings clean and tidy, which is so relevant. And heartfelt gratitude to one and all. Thank you for being such a lively and interactive audience. And to those who are watching us digitally, hello on YouTube. I hope this has made an impact on your lives, because it has on mine for sure. Now, before we all leave, I would just like to recite a poem. It will hardly take a minute, I assure you. and then we can all leave. But just listen to the poem, it's beautiful. For the way the sunlight pours over the fields, that fires pine cones and creates fresh green yields. For the way the wind brushes over the leaves, look at the leaves, that carries with it the metallic scent of the reef. For the way the hummingbird sweeps over the waters, that creates endless ripples in which the goldfish flounder. For the way the accord falls off the firm oak tree, that leaves on the soil coarse wood debris. For the way the cold raindrop falls on the land, that emanates the petrichor from the gritty and trodden sand. For the way the river rushes to find the land. And for the way the mist finds itself amidst the highest peak for all the ways. The poem was called For All the Ways. And any guesses by whom it was written? Any guesses? No, not me. I wish I could write so beautifully, but the credit goes to Miss Raj Lakshmi Vijay Patil for writing such a beautiful poem, and this is just the tip of the iceberg. You have to read her book, Mystique, in which she has expressed her inner thoughts and written such beautiful poems on nature. I have bought my copy and you should go and too. So now I would request all the members in the audience to kindly remain settled till the dignitaries are escorted. And all dignitaries and guests are requested to proceed to the ATR hall at the HMCT for refreshments. Audience members will be given snack boxes. But please ensure you dispose them in the correct way and not just litter around your snack boxes. Please make sure. And so yeah, we'll wait for the dignitaries to be escorted and our honorable guests. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. This is me, Dr. Tanmay, signing off, and I hope to see you soon.